What is up?
Hello, everybody.
Welcome back.
Welcome to the Prep1 podcast. I know, right? Live on location. I know right now there's a lot of music and stuff in the background. Don't worry about that. Obviously, once the draft and everything starts, that's going to be all changing. But, we're happy to be here. We're happy to be doing this coverage on today's live episode, okay? Jerry and myself, and our first fully live episode, right?
It's pretty exciting.
It's a big upgrade, right? As you can see, we got the backdrop, we got the table. We're doing we got the mic, we got the full setup going on for for the live draft. But this is the 30th edition of the Greater El Paso Football Showcase, man. This is a milestone for everybody that's been involved in the football showcase over the years. And I remember from just being a little kid growing up and those first all-star games started into what they've evolved into today. I mean, lots of format changes, right? I mean,
definitely.
Back in the day, it was a battle of East versus West. Back when there really wasn't East and West in El Paso, right? I mean, you had the teams divided in the rosters, and it was just pride of the West Side, pride of the East Side, and then slowly as the years evolved, because of so many schools on different parts of town, you had certain schools joining, the west side of the
I remember it was kind of funny because it would be like, I go to Eastwood. Yeah, well, who are you playing for? The West. What? How's that possible?
Yeah. We're at Eastwood High School players. But luckily, after the years, they finally decided a new format, and you were bringing up Pro Bowl stuff. You can touch on that a little bit.
So like a few years ago, obviously we don't have a Pro Bowl anymore, thank God. But there's a few years ago, what the Pro Bowl decided to do was get a new format to make it more exciting. And what would it be like to see teammates play against each other? So that's exactly what they're doing now with the showcase. That's what this draft is about. Each team, the players have already been selected. The players know who they are. They're all here. They're coming in. They're trickling in as we speak. We're going to be able to interview a few of them in a little bit to touch on that. But these players, some of them are going to end up going one-on-one across the ball from their own teammate that they've been playing with for 4 years. And that's what's pretty cool. You got the Thunder, you got the Storm. Both these teams are going to be able to pick the best of the best of who they want. And I think it's going to be a pretty good matchup. When you got certain kids going against each other and they already know each other ahead of time because they go against each other at practice. They go against each other during warm-ups before the game, and it just brings a whole new intensity to the game. And they've been doing this for a couple of years now, and I like it.
No, I mean, I couldn't have said it better myself. I mean, when you think about, the ability for, I'm saying it, me, as a player, getting the chance to play against my teammates and stuff, someone that you've gone to war with week in and week out, and then all of a sudden you hear at the draft, we're going up against each other this week. And you might have those tested rivalries. Everybody has those rivalries, during the season. So it really goes to show you, like, now's your chance to take out those frustrations and stuff. In case you guys also didn't get to hear that, but just to let everybody watching from home, there is 5 minutes to the draft. So, 5 more minutes, and then we will start the official draft. If we do go on mute or we do put our banner up on the screen, we are still here. That just means they're doing things like the Pledge of Allegiance and stuff like that. So just keep that in mind, okay?
Yes.
Don't tune away.
We are going to be here through the entirety of the draft until it is done. We are going to have all these players get their recognition like we've been doing all year. and it's just exciting to be here.
Yeah, we'll address every pick. We'll have player interviews, but we'll come back to everything. Don't worry, we'll give you full coverage. You know,
Definitely.
a lot of things in this football season really came into play. You think about it, and the biggest thing yesterday was Canatillo in the playoffs, and I watched some of the game, and it really goes to show what Coach Scott Brooks has done with that program. He really has created a great football atmosphere out there. They've had a run in the Final Four in the past. They've gone deep in the playoffs. They have producing stellar athletes. You got players like L.J. Martin out there, Stanford commit already. He's got his plan. He's ready to go for his future there, and they played a game. I mean, they were winning most of that game, and it's unfortunate the way it comes out. It's one of those two things too, where you have to play a complete game, and a lot of people will say kicking doesn't matter and things like that in games, but this just goes to show you in a game, kicking definitely matters, because you hit those field goals, those extra points, and that's a tie game, or that's a bigger game. So tell me your thoughts, Jerry.
So I saw the game and I was able to watch it with my family, and we all were kind of like rooting and saying the same thing. Those field goals, man, those extra points really kill you. But what I took out of this game was that not only is Canotillo putting out a great football dynasty, if you want to call it, they're putting out a great atmosphere for the fans and for people here back at home. It doesn't matter where they're going, people are giving them a follow. And I think this all started way back a few years ago when they made it to the semifinals of the state. They missed the state championship by one game against, I believe it was Everman, if I'm not mistaken. And they've been competing year in, year out. They've established, kind of set the tone for the rest of El Paso, because El Paso, we've said it before, there's no football mentality of finishing at the state championship, and now that's beginning to change because we are competing and going far into the playoffs. Pebble Hills and Eastwood, they were knocked out last week, but they were only knocked out by one score. A lot of people want to say, oh, well, they lost. Well, they lost by one touchdown. That ball goes one way, the other way. We could be talking, three teams playing yesterday.
And I'm going to chime in on that too. Yeah. Just like you said, you had Eastwood playing a team in Byron Nelson.
Yeah.
Plays in the same district as South Lake Carroll, and I believe actually their only loss was to South Lake Carroll, Byron Nelson. So that just goes to show you, Julio Lopez too. He has his kids coached up tremendously well to go there toe-to-toe, down to the wire, man. Like you said, the Pebble Hills game down to the wire. Coach Torres doing his thing. Like, it really just shows you El Paso teams are competing, and it's a big difference now too, because back in the day, a lot of the teams in El Paso, first round of the playoffs was against a crosstown opponent, which at least always guaranteed that you have an El Paso team in the second round of the playoffs.
And this year, we almost had that. We talked about it. We said, worst case scenario, no one moves on, and we almost had that. That's how, the shocker was obviously Riverside, heartbreaker there. But other teams, you were like, oh, it looks like we may not get people moving forward. And luckily, Eastwood, Pebble Hills, Canotillo changed that for everyone. Back on Canotillo, they had a great season. And a lot of that has to do with the family of the Brooks family. Scott Brooks, his dad, really paved the way at Coronado. And, I loved watching the Brooks Bowl and hearing about that. So that was a lot of fun to watch. And Scott Brooks, yeah, he definitely has a great product out there of Canotillo Eagle football out there on the Smurf turf. I look forward to watching them next year and, see what the rest of these teams got going.
And it's really hard now to do this without laughing when you got dancing mascots on the stage right now. You got a dancing matador, and I believe that's an Austin Panther going toe-to-toe on stage. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what that is, but it's you got a mascot dance battle.
Yeah.
Look for our other social media.
Yes.
So,
and looks like we're about to kick off here.
Yeah, we will be kicking off the draft shortly. We got Bo Bagley up on the stage to go ahead and announce what's going on with the draft right now. We will do introductions along with everything else. It's good to go. We'll do intros and we're going to do Pledge of Allegiance. So if you guys can stand by shortly, we'll come back to you live with more coverage shortly.
Shout out to all board members and committee members. Now I'd like to introduce Greater El Paso Football Showcase Executive Director. He's been doing this longer than most of us have been alive, Rick Hernandez.
Hey guys, just to bring up everything, we are back. They did some introductions. They did some great shout outs. So thank you, Bo Batley, for shouting out Jerry and myself.
Thank you.
Definitely if you all didn't know, not only do we do the Prep1 podcast, but we're also part of Football Friday Nights.
Yes, and that, I mean, that was a great opportunity to get started this year. Look forward to doing it again next year, and made a lot of new friends, connections. Hopefully, we can make this bigger, but this is a big stepping stone right here.
Oh yeah, definitely. You know, just coming back onto the draft, Jerry, there's a lot of notable alumni that have come through here and participated in this draft. I mean, if you look about it, you think back to names like in the NFL, current ones. You know, you got Aaron Jones, you got, I mean, just almost every single stellar athlete that's come out of
Steven
here.
Montes.
Yeah, you're talking.
You know, I mean, everyone forgets about Alvin Jones, unfortunately, but he's doing his thing up in Canada right now.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, so it's not just the NFL. I mean, you get all these kids, and you're gonna hear it too when we talk to these kids. And one thing we've been big proponent on is college ball is college ball. Doesn't matter where you go. And a lot of people, unfortunately, there's a stigma out there is that if you don't go to a Division I college or like a big time Division I college like Texas, Alabama, you're nothing. And that's not true. There's so many. If you look at those rosters, junior college transfers, Division II transfers, and that's a stepping stone. If you get one of those coming out of this, especially this showcase and the combine and all this, you're already on your way to success. So.
Yeah, when it all boils down to it, an offer is an offer. That, you know, that's kind of the big thing too with Prep1's vision, and I think any recruiting services vision also is to go ahead and have those opportunities. Look at that, we got lovely people bringing us water, which is great for us. You know, we got to shout out to the rest of the Prep1 crew to help us stay hydrated during this probably rather long broadcast. We're still a couple minutes away. We're still doing keynote addresses and things like that, but we're still getting, you know, into that kind of thing. But just like you're mentioning, you know, the Greater El Paso Football Showcase is more than just an all-star game.
Oh yeah.
A big thing that I'd like to point out as far as, you know, this is concerned, and the types of things that the all-star game has done, you know, not only, like I said, does it provide for the athletes, but they let everybody participate. You have the band members, you have cheerleaders, you have the junior ROTC dance teams, and then not only that, but you have every student being eligible for Greater El Paso Football Showcase scholarships. And that is the big thing, because, you know, like I said, free money going towards these kids' education, that's what it's all about, is getting those types of opportunities. And it's a real a lot of attribution goes to the Prep1. I mean, to the what all these guys have done with the Greater El Paso Football Showcase, and Stansbury too, just all these guys, you know, they've done a great job. And in addition to that, you also got the mentorship program. Do you know a little bit about it? Or?
Yeah. So the mentorship program, which it was pretty cool because my brother was a part of that actually. When I was in high school, and a couple of my teammates at Cathedral got selected for the showcase. I believe it was like one of the first few years they started the mentorship program. They go and get a younger student from a middle school or an elementary school, and it says it in the name. It's like a Big Brother type thing. So they go out there. They have a whole day of them talking about what their plans are for the future. These players tell them, look, football got me to where I am. Sports gets you to where you are if you're into sports. And they get them going on the right path to college and success. So that's a really big thing. I really like that because there's a lot of kids out there who need that example from a young student athlete like these kids. And to see someone in their own backyard, you know, going on the right path, and they're part of the same feeder programs. You know, kids gonna go to Parkland and they go to see a Parkland player going off to college and doing big things because of football or whatever the case might be. They have that example, and now they're like, hey, I want to do that. And that's what I love about that mentorship program.
It's really great too, because I recall when I was a middle school football coach and them starting these mentorship programs and you know, taking our middle school players and going under the wing. What's even better is when you have those mentorship alumni go on, you know, senior year, and now they are members of the Greater El Paso Football Showcase All-Star Game being drafted. So that just shows how it goes full circle. One last thing I want to bring up too is the another thing that the Greater Paso Football Showcase provides is the combine, which to me is one of the biggest things. They have a quarterback challenge the day before, where quarterbacks go and compete and do well and make a name for themselves as well. But they have a combine where all of the athletes, and not just the all-star athletes, but any senior athlete that has done their SATs and done everything that they needed to do.
All athletes eligible to get offers from colleges, pretty much.
Go out, they do traditional football combine, run their 40, run their shuttle, do a little 7-on-7, do drills for, many different college coaches. The guys here do a great job putting this event together. They always have, well over 20, 30 football programs here. And every year that they come, tons of local kids get offers to these schools: D1, D2, D3, NAIA, JUCOs,
and
opportunities.
And we saw it firsthand when we were both coaching. We saw it firsthand. These players that you wouldn't think would get an offer, all of a sudden these coaches are offering them on the spot, So it's not a offer like, oh, we'll talk later. Like, no, there's some coaches out there that are looking for someone right then and there, and that you just ran your 40, you get off, and they're like, hey, I'm Coach so-and-so. I'm from so-and-so university. I want to offer you a scholarship. I want to offer you to play for us. I like what I see, and I looked you up right now. I saw your stats. I saw what you can do, and I really like it. And that's what's great.
Sorry about that. That was me. But no, I couldn't agree more, Jerry. You got that aspect of it. You got the coaches getting to watch you at the combine. Then they get to interview and talk to the kids after, because they set up all the coaches. You do a meet and greet, talk to them. Then the next day, you have the actual All-Star game. So then now's your chance to put on the pads and actually show them what you can do. And granted, this is an All-Star game, so you're not going to get exactly the full thing that you would, on a regular team. But it really goes to show you guys and the different players and different things like that. It gives them the opportunity to get one last, the way I like to call it, interview process for them in hopes of getting that scholarship. Currently, right now, on stage, you have Ed Stansbury, former, alumni from the Greater Paso Football Showcase, helps put all of this together. Former UCLA athlete, former pro athlete, NFL Europe. He's done it all. He's done a great job. Ed's a good friend of mine, and good friend of the podcast. And he's doing the keynote address right now before we go ahead and get started with the first picks. Jerry, you got something to add to that?
Yeah. So I mean, like, we were mentioning earlier about some of these players that go on, and Ed Stansbury, I mean, he's also, if you watch him on NC9 Overtime, or 9 Overtime, sorry, they changed the name of that show a few times, but it's always been Overtime. He's also along with us. This is a guy who played at one of the top levels, especially back in the day when UCLA was a big top dog in football. They still are, but back then they were really, really huge. He was a big proponent of take what's offered to you. Don't be, stingy about anything. If someone likes what you got, take it and use it to your advantage and move forward. You don't have to get a UCLA scholarship, You just got to get out there, show yourself. And what do we always say? SBG.
Show up, ball out, get noticed.
We got to throw it in there,
You gotta throw it out there, of course. Going back into it, the good thing too, or the way this All-Star game works is some of these players, that football ended up for them quite a while ago, especially for the ones that maybe didn't get into the playoffs and things like that. A lot of these players are also dual sport athletes. So, as I was doing my homework last night and looking up stats and things like that for some of these players, I'm looking and I'm trying to look up their name and find their stats. And then I start seeing, 36 points, 8 assists, 5 rebounds. And I'm like, hey, what's going on here? And I'm looking, I'm like, oh, well, here you go. Half these players are already going to basketball. And then, a good chunk of these players are going to be doing wrestling, track, baseball. So if football is, not necessarily, if football is not the end game for some of these students, a lot of these students still have a lot of senior year left to go to hopefully gain one of those scholarships if that is what they choose to do. Sorry about that. There was some background noise going on there. But no, yeah, like I had mentioned, there's obviously lots of opportunities for these students.
Get ready to the draft. I'm going to get back up to
Rick
Hernandez.
The overall, the new format for the All-Star game, Red Storm versus Blue Thunder, hasn't been around very much, so you don't really have that traditional where it used to be, West is dominating, East is dominating, and I think that's what they're still trying to do and establish as they've been part of here. Did you have something to add to that, Jerry?
No, I was just gonna say is that that's what I like, is that it's not East West. You got these teams, and then also to touch on a little bit right now is, like you said, you got these multi-sport athletes. One thing I've always learned, especially when I was coaching and talking to college coaches, if you're a one-sport athlete, most of the time they're going to look right over you. If you're a multi-sport athlete, they're going to like that because they can utilize that. And a lot of the majority of these athletes, if not all of them, are multi-sport athletes, be it football, basketball, which are your main ones, but you also got football, and you'll hear later on there's a couple of state competitors in track and field. You got state competitors in like baseball and stuff like that. So that's what's really, really good, is that if you're a multi-sport athlete, you're playing 2-3 sports at a time, that's going to get you noticed real quick, and you're going to be doing great,
Great. Right now, too, they are going to be introducing the Red Storm and the Blue Thunder's coaching staffs. So we're going to take a quick break while they go ahead and announce these. Jerry, you got something to say before we go to break?
No, I was just going to say, let's go ahead and go to break, and
then we'll get back to you with more coverage.
Right now, current head football coach at Pebble Hills. So this time, the head football coach. Question who it could be at this time.
Okay, so we are back with our coverage with the Prep1 podcast. Red Storm's coaching staff actually was just introduced. Head coach is obviously from Pebble Hills, Coach Mark Torres, doing his thing. He went ahead and introduced his coaching staff. We got to meet some of his members, starting with Coach Mike Harris from Pebble Hills. He's going to be the offensive coordinator for the Red Storm. And defensive coordinator Marquise Washington, who unfortunately wasn't able to make it today. He's still on his way here. some other members of the coaching staff. Okay, and this is a stellar list that they have put together. You've got Rudy Contreras, head coach from Del Valle High School. We all know about Del Valle High School and how well they've been doing year in, year out. And he's done a great job in his tenure as he's taken over that head coaching role. You also have Mike Pry, head coach of Coronado High School, has done a great job over at Coronado. Great at really changing that atmosphere at Coronado. Young team that really showed that they might be a force to be reckoned with next year. You know, they were a team that traditionally, you know, had been finishing bottom of the districts, but so far, you know, they're doing great things out there, and it's a big tribute to what Mike Pry has been doing. Another head coach on this list of this stellar group of candidates, you got Riverside Rangers head coach Gary Ricoder, also going to be a coach on the Red Storm staff. Obviously, he's done great things in Class 4A for the Riverside Rangers. Got a great group of talented kids, and he's really been able to utilize all those weapons on the field this past year and the years before. Then the great thing is you also have a father-son duo on this coaching staff, which is probably going to be great for them as well. You start off with assistant athletic director from Socorro ISD. You got Eric Franz on the coaching staff. Eric Franz is also going to be joined by his son and current coach at Eastlake High School, JB Franz. So you know that's going to be a fun opportunity for them. They've got a chance to go up against each other in the past as coaches, you know, going up against each other. But you also have retired coach Mickey Rogers, Eastlake head coach Ruben Rodriguez, you know, just keeping fit with all the head coaches. And, you know, let's actually throw in another one. You got Austin High School's head coach, Eric Pichardo, and assistant coach Paulo Melendez from Eastlake High School. What I like about throwing in a lot of these head coaches into the game, you know, if you guys aren't familiar, a lot of times head coaches don't get to do the traditional type of coaching that they used to do back in the day, back when they were assistants or coordinators. So I think the fun thing is at these all-star games, it really gives a fun opportunity, you know, for these coaches and whatnot, because, you know, they spend so much time doing the head coaching role, managing, doing all the logistics of the things, paperwork, things like that. Now they get a chance to take over and get back into the coaching and get mixed things and get their hands dirty a little bit, you know, as being a coach again. And so, yeah, that is your coaching staff for the Red Storm. Jerry, were you able to get the Blue Thunder coaching staff at all?
Yeah, so it looks like a few of their coaches aren't here yet. He didn't announce who they were.
Okay.
I did get the majority of them. I was having some technical difficulties over here, but the head coach is Darren Walker. Okay, Darren Walker is the head coach of the Blue Thunder. You also have retired coach Ruben Batista back on the staff, you know, which is a great. He's been on these showcase coaching staffs for years now, which is a great addition to the staff. You have Coach Rodriguez out of Chapin, also on the staff, and so he did mention that a few of them aren't here, like his defensive coordinator. I believe he said they're still on their way from out of town. This being, you know, Thanksgiving weekend, you know, so obviously a lot of people are out of town right now. So we should be able to get, once we get the full coaching staff information, we'll get that out to you. Right now, he did have just like 3 guys standing up there with him. So, but I mean, just those few guys alone right there. I mean, that's a lot of, you know, experience. That's what I was looking for. A lot of experience for these kids to really work under. And, you know, it's going to be exciting. It's going to be exciting to see what these kids going.
So I'll go ahead.
Do that
I'll go ahead and
right
throw
there.
that one out there.
What's going on back here?
They just made an announcement right now as far as everything going on with the All-Star game. So aside from the coaching staffs and everything that they've mentioned, they did mention the halftime musical performing artist, and that's going to be with Crystal Poppin. Hold on, we can actually get it live right now. Let's go ahead and get her. So do you want to have a seat?
Much more from Crystal Poppin in just a little bit. Thank you, Rick. All right, let's get started with the draft.
You want to go on?
One quick note. I missed the
Shy.
game Saturday, December 17th at the student activities.
Okay.
The
That's why we're live.
Well, I mean, we almost had a chance. We almost had a chance.
I
But
know.
yeah, so they did mention the halftime performance is going to be by local rap artist Christelle Poppin.
Crystal Poppin, yes. Heard a few.
Keep talking, Jerry. Keep talking.
Okay, yeah. You know, I mean, obviously Crystal Poppin. You know, you can look her up on Spotify, YouTube, local sensation, rap, hip hop. A lot of good music. Real fun to get that local experience. I mean, that local flavor out there and support, just like Khalid or Khalid. And so we can get all that going along with this showcase and show that El Paso strong, that El Paso pride. Moving forward, right here, we. Okay, so they're just kind of doing some fun stuff right now up on the stage. So once again, you know, we're here at the El Paso 30th Annual Showcase Football All-Star Classic. Blue Thunder versus the Red Storm. It's going to be a real exciting game. We had a lot of great athletes this year, and we touched on that a little bit if you're just joining us. A lot of great athletes, a lot of D1 prospects, but we said before, any college is great, any football is great, any offer is great, and multi-sport athletes are top dogs out here. So right now it looks like we're going to get started right now with the picks coming up right now in a little bit. We did just announce the halftime performer. It's going to be Crystal Poppin, again, local hip-hop artist out of here of El Paso. Look her up. She has some great music out there. Just quick warning, you know, for the families out there, they do, it is explicit. So, you know, you got little kids, you know, just heads up before you start listening and get upset. I gave you the warning, all right? But she does have great music going on there. She's going to do big things. She's already got national accreditation. So, you know, good luck to her. That's going to be looking great here.
We tried to get you guys what we thought you needed. One of our sponsors is Emergence Health Network.
Okay, it looks like they're just going over the sponsorships here. Once again, you know, here with Prep1, what we want to do is we want to get all the acknowledgments out there all across the board. So please follow us week on week with our weekly podcast. Well, not necessarily weekly. I know it's been a while since we were back on the back live, you know. So, you know, due to certain things. But when we do get that out there, we really want that support. We want that the following that you guys have been giving us, because moving forward after the showcase, we are going to start looking at, we touched on it the last episode. We're going to look at basketball. We're going to look at wrestling. We're going to look at swimming. Swimming's already in full swing. Basketball definitely is full swing. We had a bunch of tournaments we're going to cover, and we'll get all those results out to you. We'll cover all those, you know, girls, boys, basketballs. And then, you know, after the holidays come around, man, we just shoot right into playoff basketball, soccer, you got baseball starting up, track and field starting, which will get a lot of those cross country kids coming back around, and you'll start hearing their names again. So it's we're in the full swing of it right now. You know, we thought, you know, this first one, it was crazy, but now, you know, we're gonna go. So we got the Red Storm with their first pick coming up right here.
Pick of the draft, and it's going to be due to the Red Storm.
Wait. Okay, here we go. Number one pick. Go ahead.
With the number one pick for the first round, Red Storm selects receiver from Parkland High School, DJ Crest.
Oh yeah!
Hey,
all right,
there
guys.
you go.
So you hear it there 1st
Mhm.
With the first pick of the draft, you've got wide receiver DJ Crest from Parkland High School. That's the 6'3", 185-pound receiver, by the way. Doing great things out there. What's up, Coach JB? What's up? Hey, it's great, you know, that everybody expects, you know, quarterback or something to be picked first. So that's really awesome that you got a wide receiver to be the first pick. What's up, Coach Franz? How you doing? Yeah, it's really
The second pick
nice,
is
Coach.
in.
Yeah.
With the second pick in the first
Let's see
round,
what they go. Now we got the second
Cleveland
pick of the
taking
draft.
Another receiver from Franklin High, Bo Sparks.
Oh, Bo Sparks.
how do you like
there
that?
we go. Bo Sparks.
Receiver versus receiver in
There you
the
go,
first,
the first
two
two.
picks of the draft.
Wow, that's great. I mean, what
But-
do they say in your fantasy?
You know what?
Never pick a
You
quarterback
never pick
first.
quarterback first, but and that's Bo Sparks, player who's really done well this year. 6 foot, 170 pounds, really helped that Frank. And that tells me that these two teams are going to be looking to be offensively powered. We got first quarterback of the draft coming up here.
Oh, Jesse Ramos out of Del Valle is your second overall pick for the Red Storm. So, I mean, that's a great. There, he had 2,700 yards passing, 32 TDs on the season. So that's a great pick right there for the Red Storm.
How about an offensive lineman, huh? How about a D tackle?
Ooh, this is my pick right here. This is what I love right here. This is what I love.
Yeah, of course, offensive lineman would want a lineman pick. But yeah, so we got 2 receivers picked in the first round, followed by our first quarterback from Del Valle High School, Jesse Ramos. So you're going to have Jesse Ramos getting to throw to DJ Crest, district rival, Jerry.
That would be El Dorado High School.
And now,
Oh,
look at that. So now with the 4th pick of the draft, we've got our probably our starting quarterback, our first quarterback taken for the Blue Thunder. That's
yes.
quarterback
So,
Quincy Estrada from El Dorado.
yeah, back-to-back quarterbacks there. Quincy Estrada,
Yes.
part of the Estrada brothers right there.
Yes,
You know?
Estrada brothers. And again, a lot of these picks, we will try to get in some of these players for interviews, but just keep in mind they've got there's a whole media field day going on in front of us. You got pictures and interviews going on. But we'll see who we get as they come, and we'll go from there. But and then we'll keep track. So Jerry, what I'll have you do too is once we're interviewing, keep track of all the picks that we missed so that we can address them as they go.
Here we go.
5th pick of the first round.
From Montwood High School, Isaac Galvan.
Oh, we got
there we go.
another quarterback.
Isaac
Okay.
Galvan out of Montwood.
Hey, this kid was stellar all year. Montwood didn't get to obviously make playoffs or have as good of a year as we would have thought, but this kid put up numbers, man. Isaac Galvan, 5'10", 155 pounds, had great weapons to throw to all year, and it's just one of those where, Montwood just came up short a few times, but I'm sure he's more than happy to get a chance to continue right off.
Oh, yeah,
left off and keep
definitely.
playing.
And to touch on a little bit, the quarterbacks before and the receivers, you got Sparks, who was selected part of that Sparks and Smith connection that we talked about all year long.
I
You
guess
had the Quincy Estrada, the older brother, of the Estrada brothers.
Receiver from Eastwood High School, Curtis Murillo.
Okay.
There you go, Curtis Murillo
Go
out
ahead.
of Eastwood High School.
Sixth pick for the Blue Thunder.
6'2", 175. The good-sized kid right there, good-sized receiver. Did big things there under Coach Julio Lopez over there.
Hey, and think about it. So now you're giving Quincy Estrada now the chance to throw to both Bo Sparks and Curtis Murillo. If I'm a quarterback, and I'm not a quarterback, but if I'm going to be thrown out there, I'd love to have guys like Bo Sparks and Curtis Murillo to throw up to. Those are those guys that, they even make you look good. How quarterbacks will say, that's attributed to the receivers. They make you look good. Well, that's a good opportunity for that right there.
7th pick of the first
Okay, we got our number
Seventh
7
pick.
right here.
selects receiver from Pebble Hills High School, Jaleel Folks.
All
There you go.
right.
7th.
7th pick for the Red Storm.
There you
I'll
go.
do red, you'll do blue. We'll just keep it like that.
All right, let's go.
That way So we got wide receiver out of Pebble Hills High School, Jaleel Boast, 5'9", 150 pounds. Really showed up this year for the Pebble Hills Spartans in their stellar playoff run.
And as you can tell real quick as before, because I know we didn't warn y'all, this isn't like your typical NFL draft where they're going to take 10, 15 minutes. They're going through it. So that's why we're already on pick number 7 right here.
A lot of this is rapid fire,
Oh, yes.
And then we can see it here. It's, if you guys could see the screen on but what's going like right here, it looks like everything is
It's
calm,
settled down.
but there is a storm, and it's not just the red storm.
You got a good 30 people right now right in front of us.
Yeah, and I'm
Interviews,
talking
pictures.
coaches. You got Coach
everything
Pichardo
going.
over here to our left. How's it going, Coach? How you doing? How you doing, Coach? You got Coach Pichardo here to our left. We got players in front of us. You got media. It is. what the Greater El Paso Football Showcase does for these kids, they really put on an event, man, to make these kids feel like rocks. You got these kids. I mean, what's the term they use now? The drip.
Yeah, right.
The drip
God
that these
rolled.
kids guys
yeah.
got. That's how you know I'm getting old, right, guys?
Oh no, yeah, these kids. I mean, nowadays you got to do that. You know, you look good, you feel good, you play good, and you know if you got the attitude to match with it, you're gonna go far. And that's what I love about all these kids here. You know, they got the attitude to match what they're wearing, to match what's going on around us.
Definitely.
And you know, that's what I love about, you know, that you touch on it, showcase. It's no longer just back in my day. Back in my day, it was just a letter in the mail.
What are you trying to
man.
say, man? You're making us feel old here.
I remember it was just a letter in the mail, and then now they got a draft going. They got a thing every day. I mean, they just made an announcement earlier that
mail
these
like
kids,
hand delivered by the mailman.
Mm-hmm. You remember that paper? Angel
right.
Munoz
got
right
that
there.
seventh
That's
pick
kid.
or eighth pick of the draft.
This kid, I mean, this kid is all over the place. Let me tell you. You got Angel Munoz. He had 1,800 total yards rushing, receiving, and passing. He had 28 TDs, 11 passes, 10 receiving. 10 rushing, 4 receiving. He had 2 returns for a TD and 1 interception return for a TD. So this kid was all over the field for the Riverside Rangers. Thing of note, he missed 2 games, Ryan. He missed 2 games this year, and he still put up these big numbers. So that just goes to, and again, they had a heartbreaker in the first round of the playoffs. So who knows, if they would have won that one, these numbers would have been completely different moving forward. So that's great. Here we go, 9.
Okay, what was the
There you
9th
go.
pick of the first round? You got inside linebacker from Pebble Hills High School, Bobby Deal. 6 foot, 180 pounds, anchoring that Pebble Hills defense, which, you know, I got to see them against some awesome opponents this year. You know, with Football Friday Nights and Prep1, we covered a lot of these games this year, and this kid, you know, does it all. That defense was great all around, but that's definitely one to keep track of. So looks like we are going to be getting our first interviewee coming up pretty soon. He'll be on his way a little bit. It should be number 1, Demarin DJ Crest.
Yes.
But we'll further confirm that as they come. As they come, if we can, we'll just keep a marker at what pick we left off of the draft, and then once they leave, we'll go ahead and
kind of go down. We'll kind of recap as to who's.
Yes, so 10th pick.
Oh, Malcolm Anderson. I got to see this kid against Jefferson High School with
First
Football Friday
running
Nights.
back, too.
The first running back to get picked. This kid was all over the field, just that running back, man. Okay, let me tell you, it literally was Malcolm Anderson versus the Jefferson Silver Foxes. Take nothing away from Jefferson. You know, they've always struggled, but they do great things out there. And Malcolm Anderson was just doing a great job against this team when I saw them out there. So that's a great pick right there.
I got to see him also play. I covered a game 2 against Horizon. It was his first game back off of injury. And in the very first play of the game, quarterback fumbles the ball. Malcolm Anderson gets the ball, takes it to the right, reverses field goes, and I think he takes it down like 85 yards for the score.
Yeah.
So great pick. I believe he's Army commit too?
I believe so. Let me double check right here. I believe yes. Malcolm Anderson right here is a 3-star committed to Army. Yes,
So,
right here. So we'll be looking him to play for the Black Knights up there.
Okay, so they are announcing a rap that's going on right about now. The crowd got a little silent, so it kind of made everybody wonder what was going on. But
I guess
they're
people
announcing
want to win stuff more than just see who's going where.
right? Definitely. So we've already gone through our first 10 picks of the draft. First running back taking in the draft. We're still waiting, though. We're still waiting on our first lineman to get taken in the draft. Who knows? Maybe they'll be coming up. We'll see.
Oh yeah.
But first 10 picks. So you had 5 receivers, 3 quarterbacks, an inside linebacker, and a running back so far. So obviously these teams are going to be going offensive heavy to start off. Looks like we are sure a couple more minutes, and I believe we'll have our first. I want to say celebrity because you never know some of these guys.
Oh, Hey,
We're
look at
gonna
Aaron
be
Jones.
watching these guys probably playing on Saturdays.
The biggest one we could always said was Aaron Jones. Look at how big that guy is now. Who would have thought coming out of Burgess High School, putting up the numbers he did? Yeah, you knew he was going to do great, but I mean, look at him now.
Well,
He's got his own
I knew
cereal.
when I was coaching at Riverside High School, and he put up like 400 yards of offense. It's a good thing. Him and his brother.
We had a scary moment when I was coaching at Cathedral. We played against them, but luckily everything went well. And look at him now. He's got his own cereal.
Hey.
I'm jealous. I want cereal.
I mean, he's got his own restaurant. I've been Showtime Bar and Grill, man. That's a
No, forget the restaurant. I want the cereal, bro.
Wheaties box, man.
If I could get myself on a Wheaties box or a Jerry's Wheaties, that's what I want.
That'd be great to go. That'd be great to go.
I love.
All right. So have they?
All right. So I was about to say, I was hoping they get lineman pick.
Oh, did they just
up
announce
here?
it?
I believe they just announced it. Tyrone McDuffie out of Parkland High School, tackle 6'4", 295, Colorado, I believe. Right? He's
Buffalo.
committed.
Yeah.
Colorado Buffalo.
And you sometimes want to wonder too if any of that was attributed to Steven Montez. Getting recruited out of Colorado, it really maybe put some coaches' eyes in the city, and that might help. But yeah, so that was your 11th pick, first lineman taking the draft, Tyrone McDuffie.
Yeah,
I think we all thought that was going to be the first lineman taken. Also,
oh yeah, definitely.
And always Tyrone looking sharp as always as he comes down here. At a baby Tyrone. We'll try to get him up on the podcast too. He's a great person to interview.
Number 12 on your 12th pick for the Blue Thunder, Hector Hinojos out of Eastlake High School, 6'1", 198, inside linebacker. Did big things, put up big numbers. He had, let me see if I have it right here. Yes, he had 168 total tackles, 72 solo. 72 solo tackles. He don't need no help from no one. This guy is everything you got going there. And we got our first interviewee right here coming in, Mr. DJ Crest out of Parkland High School, 6'3", 185 receiver. As we get him set up here.
I'll just hold it like this. I'll hold it like
Right
this.
there. All right, perfect.
Yeah.
All right, I can hear him good. Can you hear him, Ryan?
Yeah, I can hear him, and obviously there's going to be music playing in the background. So
there's a lot of stuff. So yeah,
we'll mark off where we're leaving up in the draft, so we know what pick to come back on.
Yeah, I got it already.
Okay. All right, so all right, so obviously DJ Crash, right? You go by DJ or
Yes, sir. Go by DJ.
okay, cool. 6'3", 185. It says here you played in 9 games this year, right? You
Yes,
had
sir.
an injury early on
Yes,
in the
sir.
year. But still were able to get what was that? 837 yards, 14 touchdowns. Rated a
Yes, sir.
3-star athlete. Tell us how did you, even though missing those beginning of the year games, how were you able to still produce and have a stellar senior year this year?
I mean, adversity, man. I have a lot of adversity, and I was confident in my team that they're gonna do good without me, and the coaches and everyone had my back, so it was kind of easy to get through that with everyone having my back.
Describe to us a little bit about how the recruiting process goes for you. I mean, I know you're committed already to Texas Tech, but
Yes, sir.
Everybody's story is different. The recruiting process is different for a lot of others. No, I think it just might be a little too close to you. I think the mic. You might actually be able to. Yeah, you might be able to set it on the table and be good still.
Leo Wallace.
Yeah. So, yeah, tell us how was the recruiting process for you? How did it go? I mean,
Man, the recruiting process was kind of rough at first. I'm not even gonna lie. Yeah, it was kind of rough, man. I didn't think I was gonna get recruited at all, actually.
Really?
And I think it was actually Ed Stansberry that put me onto New Mexico State University.
Okay.
And ever since then, I've been getting a lot of looks. And then Texas Tech University came out of nowhere, and then they called me up. Actually, it was during track when it happened. Actually, I got 5 gold medals. That was one of the best days of my life. And Texas Tech called me, and they're like, "Yo, we want you," and that's how it happened.
So this was a completely unexpected thing. You were not.
Bro. I did not. No.
Hey, sometimes that's kind of how it goes. Some people have to grind and send it out, but sometimes luck has a lot to play with it. And I'm very fortunate. I'm assuming that was an easy decision for you, Texas State. I mean, they're throwing offense, so obviously it's perfect for like what you're going to be going to do. So, Tell us, what are you looking to get out of this freshman year experience? You know, what are you majoring in?
I'm deciding still. But
Okay.
right now it's around graphic design, stuff like that.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
And want to get a question in before we?
No, I mean that's what I was gonna say. That's great. What are you looking to do? You know, outside. I mean, that's always the question there. Outside of football, what are you looking to do with like that graphic design? Like, what's your dream job right there?
See, I just really enjoy editing videos. I enjoy editing pictures, stuff like that. I mean, that's what I enjoy doing elementary. So wherever that leads me to, I'm excited.
Oh, there you go. And then you know all those NIL deals come out, so
Yeah.
get something going on there. Hey, that's great. That's great.
I
Being a
gotta be
Red Raider.
smart. I gotta be smart with my money though, man, because it's gonna be a lot at once. So
You know,
Yeah.
that's perfect. That's the first kid I've heard ever say smart.
Ever.
He's
So
smart
that's a
with the
great
money,
thing
so
to
he's
say.
already on the right track there.
yeah.
That's great. You mentioned earlier that you were a track athlete as well. What events do you do in track?
I do a little bit of everything, bro. I can't even lie to you. I do high jump, triple jump, long jump, 4x2, 4x1, 200, whatever coach throws me in, man, I'm gonna do it.
There you go. There you go.
Red Storm selects
So,
a cornerback from Del
Are
Valle
you,
High School.
you know, the idea with the
Joshua
whole
Peel.
way the draft works is, you know, you're picked now with teammates and other teammates. You're gonna have a different quarterback throw into you now. It looks like you're gonna have Jesse Ramos throw into you. So,
Yes, sir.
you excited for that?
Here he comes.
How are you looking forward to that?
Man, I'm excited to have a good quarterback.
Congratulations, Joshua.
All of my quarterbacks all my life, I mean, they haven't been terrible, you know, but they also haven't been the greatest at the same time. So I'm excited to have someone that can actually get the ball down the field and, you know, do the ball. So
Right. And then you got teammates. You got a teammate, Tyrone McDuffie, on your team.
Yeah.
So at least you know he'll have some time to throw the ball. So that's a good idea. But obviously, man, great job on being the first pick. It was a pleasure talking with you, and good luck on everything in the future, man. Hope to be watching you on Saturdays. Thank you very much.
And there's a Red Raider. Congrats.
Yes, sir. So that was DJ Chris, receiver out of Parkland High School, the #1 pick in the draft, everybody. Right now, we're going to be bringing our next guest, okay? And then again, don't forget, we'll go ahead and announce the rest of them as they come, so no worries, okay? But looks like we've got our next guest getting set up and everything to go. We are going to be here. Let me know if you can hear. You can hear good? All right. So just get a little closer so you can speak into the mic. And we're live right here. We're with wide receiver out of Franklin High School. Our second pick of the draft to the Blue Thunder, Bo Sparks, wide receiver, 6 foot, 170. At least that's what they have you on.
They say.
That's what they say. Is it 6 foot, 170? You gonna go with it?
Yes, sir.
Hey, stellar year, man. 1,283 receiving yards, 21 touchdowns. I mean, could you ask for more in your senior year? I mean, how do you feel it went for you?
I mean, I think it went good. I mean, we didn't end the way we wanted to, but it went well.
Okay, I'm gonna let Jerry ask a couple more questions since I know he did his research for you.
Yeah. So that's what I was gonna say here is that, you know, how was it playing, you know, because we kept hearing all year long about that Sparks and Smith connection. What was it like? Like, what was that connection you guys really had? Because it truly looked like you guys were one in the same, and no matter where you were on that field, he knew where to get the ball to you. You know, how was it playing with Shay Smith?
I mean, yeah, Shay's a special player, man. He just, me and Shay would work out together every day, throw every day, and just, like, we're like brothers, man. It's like my brother.
And so right here, I was saying right here, you played all 11 games, which not a whole lot of kids can say they did, you know, which was great. You know, I bet it was a little exhausting towards the end, you know, but you got one more game to go out there and show out. So how does it feel to be part of this showcase?
I mean, I'm just blessed to put on for the city, and this is just a great opportunity for, like, all of us to showcase our skills and just play for the city, yeah.
That's good. So, you know, I see that you already got a couple offers, Montana Tech and University of Boulder. Explain, how has the recruiting process been for you, man? Has it been a grind? Has it been something that's been lucky for you? Have you, like, tell us how it's gone, because everybody has their own story when it comes to the draft.
I mean, it's been a grind. I mean, I'm obviously not the biggest guy, but I mean, I think my film shows for me and, like, my heart. So, yeah.
That's great. Obviously, you haven't made a college decision yet, right?
No, sir.
Okay. Do you have an idea of major or what you want to be majoring when you get to university?
I haven't really thought about it. I might want to be a coach too.
Okay.
Real estate, something. I don't know. So we'll see.
Yeah, this is
Awesome. So it looks like you got a lot going on. And then last quick thing, so you're gonna have a different quarterback throwing to you in this draft that you've been used to. As of right now, you got Quincy Estrada. Are you looking forward to that? That's gonna be exciting for you.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be great, man. Quincy's a great player.
23rd
Yeah, he can do it all, man. I played against him. I know what he can do. So.
Exactly. All right, man. Well, it was a pleasure getting a chance to interview with you. You have a good one. Good luck.
So real quick, while we got them set up here, some of the draft picks that we did miss, we did have Jaden Wilson out of Austin High School come get picked. Isaiah Beasley as well out of Parkland. Caleb Emery out of Eastlake, defensive lineman. And Esteban Guzman also getting picked here. Good. Sorry?
Cap up where we left off on the draft.
Yeah. So we were left off at 16. Esteban Guzman out of Americas High School, defensive lineman, getting picked for the Blue Thunder there. Caleb Emery for the Red Storm, and then Isaiah Beasley for the Blue Thunder as well. So a lot of great picks coming up, with these kids moving forward.
Yeah, and you know what? Another great pick that we have right here is quarterback Jesse Ramos. Third pick of the draft, 5'11", 180 pounds. That's what we have you at. Okay, so 5'11", I don't know, 6 foot. You tell us. But stellar senior year, 2,700 passing yards, 32 touchdowns, just one interception, man. So tell us, how did that go into your senior year, being able to play such an efficient brand of football this year? To only throw one pick to those 32. Like, what do you attribute all that to?
I think it was a lot of film study. Throughout the day at school, I was always watching film, study skills. I was going to film with my coach, and I think it paid off.
Good. So, you finished off the year, right? I believe as the 5A Division I co-MVP of the year.
Yes, sir.
How'd that feel for you? I mean, some people say you were a little under the radar going into it, but I saw all these posts on your Twitter and stuff, being one of the top quarterbaks to watch and stuff, but it just seemed like people weren't listening yet. Do you think you let people find out,
I think I put my name out there a little bit. So.
Do you play with a chip on your shoulder with that regard? Or?
Playing at Del Valle, yes, I do. Yes, sir.
Good. What would you say was your best experience? Because you've been playing for a couple of years and everything. What's been your best experience in your football career so far?
The team has been announced for a team picture, and then you can exit the stage. First,
I would say the Midnight Madness practices. Those are pretty fun.
Yeah, those are always good too. I went to Riverside High School, so we did that Midnight Madness thing too to start off the year. Always a fun opportunity. So tell us, are you looking to play college football, or what's the plan for, after high school?
Yeah, I do want to play college football.
Okay. How's the recruiting process been for you? Or what
not too good. Just need one coach to pick me up, and it's off from there.
Okay, hey, and you heard it here, guys, first. All he's looking for is one chance, somebody to take that shot. We got to do your best. You got to market yourself. Hey, when that combine comes around for the draft, that's where you got to show up, call out, get noticed, man. So that's where it's going to really let you show what you can do and show all these coaches. So I'm going to wish the best of luck to you. Hopefully you get one of those offers at the combine. And great job. Real quick, before you leave, how are you looking forward to? Because you're going to be getting some new receivers to throw to. I mean, you're going to have receiver DJ Crest to be throwing to. How do you feel about having that opportunity to have somebody like that to be, getting on the receiving end of some of the balls?
Yeah, that's going to be fun. I've been thinking about it. That's going to be fun. Real fun. I like throwing the ball, so see what happens.
Awesome, man. Well, thank you very much. It's a pleasure talking with you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
So right now they're pretty much announcing the cheerleading squads that are going to be here at the showcase. So far right now we had a couple more picks that came out. Joshua Cobb of Del Valle High School, cornerback. You had Julian Venegas out of Pebble Hills High School, the center, another lineman getting moved forward there for the Blue Thunder. So there's a lot of great athletes coming out of here. You've already heard a couple of interviews. We got another great one right here. A great story behind it out of El Dorado High School. Go ahead, Ryan.
Okay, I'll start it off.
Go ahead, take it away.
Cool deal. So we got Quincy Estrada's with here out from El Dorado High School, 5'11", 205 pounds. Again, these are the stats that are given to us. So we got the high weight wrong. You tell us, man. But
the weight's off.
You know, obviously, great year with El Dorado High School. I think you guys really showed that you could be a force to be reckoned with. 1,115 passing yards, 1,006 rushing yards. So I'd say you'd pretty much be a dual threat quarterback, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So tell us something. This year was kind of a unique one for you, right? And I'm saying this because I know my buddy here, he had a brother that he went to high school, school with, but he never got the chance to actually play with him on the same team. How was that for you? I mean, getting a chance to play with your little brother, you know, I think that's a dream for some of us. How did it feel for you?
Like you said, it's a dream. It's something we've been talking about for a long time, to play with each other. So since we finally got the chance to actually play with each other for the first time in like 10 years, it's special.
So it's been since like Pee Wee football? Is that?
He was my offensive lineman.
Really? Hey, isn't it funny how that goes? You know, sometimes we're different positions and we hit puberty and boom, spurt and things change.
Exactly.
So were you a quarterback your whole life, or was that a transition for you?
Quarterback and linebacker.
Quarterback and linebacker. All right, good. So going into this game, you're gonna have obviously a different receiving core. As of right now, you already have wide receiver Bo Sparks and Angel Speedy Munoz, which you're going to be getting a chance to throw to. And then you have running back Malcolm Anderson to be handing off the ball. How does that make you feel? Like, that's going to be the offense you're going to be working with. Like,
I feel great having these guys to play with. I played against them, so I know how they go. So I'm excited.
It's one of those, right, where it kind of makes your job easier, right? When you know, like, okay, I got these guys I can throw it up to. Hopefully have them make a play.
Takes a lot of pressure off my shoulders for sure.
So, you know, have you made any plans as far as college, what you're going to do? Are you looking to play college ball, or?
I'm looking to play college ball, yes, sir.
Okay, how's the recruiting process been for you?
It's a little slow. I got my first offer the other day to Howard Prep, and I've been talking to a couple schools, so it's slow, but it's getting there.
Okay, that's great. You know, what we've always said helps a lot. So are there any other sports you currently play as well?
I'm running track. Sure.
Running track as well? What events do you do?
I sprint.
You sprint? Okay. That's great. And going into college, what are you looking to major in as you move forward?
I want to major in like business finance, so I can eventually like own my own business and hop into real estate as well.
There you go. See, everyone's being smart today.
I know, right?
Money smart. I love it.
Yeah, not only are they athletes, but everybody here is looking to be going.
Money.
Yeah, making the money. There you go. And then you know what? One big thing too. Describe the drip, man. What would you say your best dressed one here, or who's got competition on you?
I think I'm the best dressed. Some people might disagree, but I think I look pretty fine.
All right, man. So once again, guys, that was second quarterback for the Blue Thunder pick, Quincy Estrada from El Dorado High School. Thank you for having the interview with us. You have a good one and good luck.
We'll start.
So right now, we're a little bit behind right here with the draft picks, but it looks like they're about to start the second round in a little bit. So right now we have Adrian Estrada out of Riverside safety going to at number 19 to the Red Storm. We also had Michael Candera out of Eastwood High School safety, 6'1", 180 going to the Blue Thunder. And you had Jacob Ledesma out of Pebble Hills, a name we heard quite a bit the whole year, 6'1", 205. Number 22, you had Rafael Castañeda out of Americas High School, tackle, 6'4", 285 of load. Cade Little out of Coronado High School goes at 23 to Red Storm for the receiver for 5'8", 150. And at number 24, you had Cole Ferrierito out of Pebble Hills High School, defensive end, outside linebacker, 5'11", 180. And right now they kick off the second round here. But
Before we get to that second round,
yes,
I'm going to go ahead and
introduce
our next guest. We have Angel Speedy Munoz from Riverside High School. First thing you guys are going to realize is drafted as a receiver, 6'1", 175 pounds. And, you know, I know a little story about you, too, because my brother, Coach Aguilar, was your coach in middle school. And I remember he told me when you were coming into middle school, you didn't want to be a quarterback. That was not right. You were like part of the Lower Valley Monsters and stuff like that. Yeah, he said you were looking to be a receiver, but they needed a quarterback, right? So describe and talk about how was that experience for you, man? How did it go when you were asked to be quarterback?
Right, so I get to middle school. And they're asking positions. They're separating us into positions. And my whole life I played running back with the little league groups, receiver, everything. So I go to a running back and receiver position, and there's 0 quarterbacks. None. There's no people trying to play quarterback. And the coaches come up to me, and they're like, have you ever played quarterback before? I've never, ever in my life played quarterback. That we needed one. So I stepped up. I was trash, you know, middle school. We were a running team. I couldn't throw the ball. But I finally got an arm, I say like freshman year, and I just built on the quarterback skill since then.
And, you know, being the fact that you were a receiver and you can use your leg, I mean, obviously, you're definitely when you play quarterback, you're a dual threat quarterback. So, you know, being able to run around and stuff, I bet made that thing easier for you as far as having to throw the ball around. You didn't have to just stay in the pocket and hope for the best.
No, sir.
Yeah. So this senior year is really where you got to transition back, right? How did that go about? How was that for you?
Right. So we had another quarterback, a backup quarterback, who unfortunately didn't get to play last season. So I had to stay at quarterback. But he came back this season, and it allowed me to play some defense, some receiver. And, I mean, that's all I wanted all these 4 years. But obviously you can't play your quarterback on defense and as a receiver because you risk of getting him hurt. But I finally got to do it this year, and I showcased all my talent out of the other positions, and now everybody knows.
Exactly. And, you know, as far as you're really a jack of all trades. I mean, you've ran the ball, you've caught the ball, you've thrown the ball, you've played on defense. I mean, kickoff return. I mean, is there any facet to your game that you feel it still needs work or?
So like if you were to put me on the line, obviously I'd get bullied, but there's definitely a lot of I wouldn't say flaws in my game, but there's definitely a lot of things I still need to work on, and I'm definitely gonna keep perfecting my craft.
So to expand on that,
Yes, sir.
you're, like you just said, you're a jack of all trades. You're listed as a receiver, but you play quarterback, you play defense, you kick returner.
Yes,
you've done everything. You're all over that field. Where's the most comfortable you're at on that field?
I love playing that safety spot.
That safety
spot. There's nothing that compares to being able to hit somebody and not get in trouble for it.
You know, and it's funny too when you say that because
I do get in trouble.
I've seen you. If I'm a running back or a receiver, and I realize that the quarterback from the other team just laid that hit on me, that really leaves a stinking feeling in your system.
Yes, sir.
But, so one last thing before we let you go, the recruiting process, man. How's that been for you? What's it looking at? I know you had some D1 offers from MSU, the Army, and West. Yes. So how's that going for you?
So I'm very, very blessed to be in the situation to where I do have the choice of picking a scholarship. My recruitment really picked up in the offseason this year. I had no bites, no interest, no nothing all high school career. And for a little bit, I did get a little bit sad, a little bit discouraged. But I kept my head down, I kept working, and I got some phone calls. And I'm very blessed to have four scholarships open right now that I can choose from.
Awesome. No decision yet, right?
No, sir. Still uncommitted.
Okay, good. Hey, keep letting your play show on the field, do well in the combine, and best of luck to you, man.
Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Good luck. We're going to have Jerry Alvarez continue with some draft coverage, let you know what some of the stats are. We bring up our next.
So moving on, we are in round 2 of the showcase draft as our next interviewee comes in. First pick on the second round, you had Jose Guardado out of Riverside, teammate running back, 5'11", 170. At the second pick, going to the Blue Thunder, you had Desmond Gonzalez out of El Dorado High School, quarterback, 5'10", 160. Red Storm gets the third pick with Robert Legarda out of Eastwood, defensive end, 6'3", 250. At number 4, you had Makee Shannon out of Parkland High School, safety, 5'10", 165. And at 5, you had Orion Cairo out of Eastwood High School, center, 6 foot 245. Those are your top 5 picks in the second round. Coming in right here, we have our next interviewee,
Malcolm Anderson out of Andress High School, first running back taken in the draft in the 10th pick for the Blue Storm. Listed at 5'10", 175 pounds. And just so you know, Jerry and myself, we also work with Football Friday Nights. So we've covered some of your games. I covered one of your first games back against Horizon. That was right when you were back from injury. I was talking about it earlier to the rest of the fans. I want to say it was the first play of the game.
Yeah, very first
it's like a fumble snap by the quarterback. You take the ball, pick up the fumble, reverse field, and take it like 85 yards or something like that to the house. How does that get you confidence-wise, man, knowing that you're back from injury and that's what you pull off? Like,
knowing I'm back from injury, I just have to show them that I'm back from injury. Like, this injury did not stop me from doing what I usually do, and that's what I usually do.
Awesome. So, you listed you finished the year 841 yards, 10 touchdowns, average 105 yards per game. So obviously, you have those games back, probably 1,000-yard rusher, and you're listed as a 3-star athlete right now.
I think I'm like a 2-star right now, actually.
Really?
Yes, sir.
So, Jerry, you did your homework. You said you found him listed as a 3-star somewhere. So
that's.
Oh, maybe I don't really know that.
Yeah, no, I saw that it was a 3-star, especially like on Twitter and stuff. I found that out, and I found him as a 3-star athlete.
So there you go, man. Just some more hype around you.
There you go.
That's even better.
We're gonna go 3-star athlete there because
yes, sir.
Hey, he plays like a 5-star though. In my mind, I saw you touched on it earlier. I saw you against Jefferson High School, with Football Friday Nights, and it truly was Malcolm Anderson versus Jefferson Silver Foxes that night. You put on some big numbers. I mean, you're just that's what I'm telling you, right? This kid plays like he's a 5-star athlete. Even though he's a 3-star. Yes.
So it sort of shows right here, June 27th, that was big day, man. Commitment day for you to Army.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Explain that, man. How was the recruiting process for you? How did that go? And, is that a weight off your shoulders that you get committed before the season starts?
Yep. So, I had a great teammate. His name is Jeremiah Cooper to help me out. He told me what the coaches like and what they wanted to see, and I did my best to show them. And
well, that whole family obviously knows a thing or two about getting recruited in college.
Definitely. But it wasn't just that. Like I did it like technically by myself because my parents, they didn't go to like a university, and especially to be committed to Army West Point, like that's a big deal. And I know I made this decision. I didn't make this decision last year. I made the decision coming into high school as a freshman to get all A's. And yeah.
Okay. And yeah. I mean, that's a good thing. A lot of people don't realize too. With Army, we're both coaches too. We coach, and we've had players go on the West Point Academy too. Not only do you got to be a good athlete, but you need to be great in the classroom too. So, I mean, you need letters of recommendation. There's a lot that goes into it. So, definitely a high honor, man. We want to wish you the best. You're committed, so you got a lot of pressure off of your back. So for now, it's go out and have fun, man. And, just have a great game and do the best that you can.
Yes, sir.
It was a pleasure, man.
Thank you.
In the second round, safety, High School.
So once again, Jerry Alvarez is going to go ahead and continue laying down the picks for the draft, and I will go ahead and get our next guest up.
So moving forward is they keep moving on here. We told you folks it's going to be rapid fire the whole day. We're going to get these interviews in. We're going to get all these kids in and get all these names out here for you to know and who to look out for out there. So for the Blue Thunder, you have Joshua Real out of Chapin High School, cornerback, 6'2", 170. Number 7 pick, Dominic Calderon out of Del Valle High School, linebacker, 5'9", 180, going to the Red Storm. The Blue Thunder has Jesus Chuy Carrillo, Canutillo High School, inside linebacker, 5'10", 200. Number 9, Red Storm had Mark Villegas out of Del Valle High School, center, 6 foot 240. And at your 10th pick of round 2, you had Fernando Diaz out of East Lake High School, guard, 5'11", 263 for the Blue Thunder. And so, speaking of linemen, speaking of big boys, my specialty, we have our next interviewee right here, Tyrone McDuffie out of Parkland High School, right?
So how tall are you, Tyrone?
6'4".
6'4", 295?
No, three bills now.
3 bills. Okay, yeah. So see, that's why I asked, because what we have in the height weight could be, you know, a couple weeks ago, you know, and you know, you anchored this offensive line. You've been a 4-year varsity starter with the Parkland Matadors. Yes, different head coaches, different offensive schemes, but this year, I mean, your offense that you were behind contributed for 4,160 yards. You guys averaged 378 a game, and a lot of that is attributed to what you did on the offensive line. You know, what could you say? Who do you model your game after, or what do you try to do to be so successful as you've been this past year?
Well, actually, a couple guys in the NFL. You know, you got David Bakhtiari, Trent Williams, but I think as an offensive line, we came together as a unit this year. You know, arguably one of the best running backs in El Paso, Isaiah Beasley. And, you know, he did a lot of work for us this year. But, you know, we just worked together as a team. You know, I'm blessed to play for the Parkland Matadors. And, you know, and it was an honor. It was a great season.
So, moving forward, you got an offer and you're committed to Colorado, the Buffaloes. A lot of that, you know, from what I've always said is you can tell a lot from an offensive team based off of the line, and in the Pac-12, it's a very big-time throwing offense. So, what is that? What's your mindset going into that your next stage of the your football career as an offensive lineman, going into a pass-heavy league like the Pac-12?
Well, the Pac-12, like you said, they're absolutely pass-heavy. But I think playing offensive line, you have to be versatile. You have to be able to run block, you have to be able to pull, and pass block. So I think I have all three of those aspects in my game. So I'll be able to adjust to whether, you know, offensive coordinator or any offense out there.
And touching on that with the offensive line, my big thing I've always said is when you're an offensive lineman, you're not by yourself. You're a unit. So how was it playing with those other 4 guys all year and your 4 years there?
4 years at Parkland, I played for, you know, seniors when I was a freshman. You know, I've been that guy that had to listen to seniors. I've been that guy that had to lead a group of guys. But, you know, they're very hard workers. You know, this year we're very young. We had 2 seniors, the rest were sophomores and freshmen. And, you know, it was an honor to play with them. And, you know, I was obviously offensive line's a unit. You know, you always hear the fans say, come on, O-line, block. Exactly. But, you know, they don't always know what we go through every day in practice and stuff. But, you know, it was a great season. I can't say I'm proud of them to be a part of that.
You know, and so obviously being with the way that this draft is formatted, you know, there's always an opportunity that you might be going toe-to-toe with one of your current Parkland teammates. They could be on the other side of that ball. And how is that? Is that an exciting thing for you? Is it like, now I get to actually not practice anymore. I get to, you know, how's that going in for a lineman when you get to go one-on-one against one of your teammates?
It's very exciting. I always say my teammates know I can play football. So, you know, it's going to be exciting, you know, especially D-line. We have a D-lineman, O-line. So I'm excited to go against them.
Awesome, man. And, you know, got the commitment out of the way. You got everything. So at this point, the game is fun for you. I mean, you don't have to, the stress of it's gone. So what are you looking to get out of this, you know, last game before you continue? Because you're already in basketball season, right?
Yes, sir.
I was looking up stats for you, man. Max Preps, and I'm like,
it's like 17 rebounds.
Yeah. I'm looking at like rebounds. What is going on here? I'm like, oh, this is basketball season already doing good. What are you looking to do to cap off your senior year now at this point?
You know, you just first of all finish this All-Star game. I think it's awesome that the city of El Paso does this for seniors. 4 years of hard work. You know, this is incredible. You know, there's a lot of talent here, and I'm blessed to be a part of it. I'm blessed to play in it. You know, it's awesome.
Great, man. Well, we really appreciate everything. Good luck and everything in Colorado. I hope you have a very successful college career, and I'm hoping to look forward to watching you play on Saturdays, man. And who knows, Sundays in the future.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much, man. Appreciate it.
546
Thank you, guys.
07.
Once again, Jerry Alvarez will be going ahead and running through our rapid-fire picks as we bring up our next guest.
Yes, so now moving forward, we got the Red Storm with the number 11 pick, Sebastian Ortiz out of Riverside High School, defensive lineman, 6'1", 270. Number 12, you had Icarius Lewis out of Parkland High School, defensive lineman for the Blue Thunder, 5'11", 225. We just spoke right now with Tyrone McDuffie, so it looks like, you'll have going up against, teammates right there. Number 13, you had Andrew Narro out of Pebble Hills High School, guard, 6'2", 295, going 13 to the Red Storm. Blue Thunder gets the 14th pick with Gregory Nelson, Pebble Hills High School, defensive lineman, 6 foot, 215. At number 15, Red Storm, Deshaun Ferguson out of Parkland High School, guard, 6'2", 305. And number 16, you got Vicente Ascarate out of El Dorado High School, guard, 6'1", 255. Number 15, Tristan Peña out of Eastlake High School, safety, 5'10", 175, going to the Red Storm. Number 18, Raymond Riddick out of Del Valle High School, safety, 5'11", 180, going to Blue Thunder. William Lamb, Austin High School, defensive lineman, 6 foot, 230, going to Red Storm. Number 20, Blue Thunder gets Julian Malucci out of Eastlake High School, the kicker, 5'6", 155, the first kicker to be selected out of this draft going in the second round. Number 21, Red Storm, Max Matchek out of Colorado High School, tackle, 6'1", 265. At number 22, Blue Thunder selects Jorge Gomez out of Canutillo High School, the guard, 6'2", 240. And Red Storm, number 23, Michael Kiesel, Parkland High School, inside linebacker, 6'1", 170, goes to the Red Storm. Number 24 pick, Blue Thunder gets Giovanni Aguilar out of Chapin High School, defensive end, 5'10", 175, and rounding out the second round, the Red Storm gets the 25th pick of Yahir Ramirez, Franklin High School, cornerback, 6 foot, 160.
Hello.
So we already said that we were going to see some of these teammates go up against each other. Quite a few of them already got picked, and we just mentioned with Tyrone McDuffie, he might go up against one of his defensive linemen, and we just saw that in the second round, one of his defensive teammates going to the opposition there. But now we got our next interviewee here. Ryan, go ahead and take it away.
All right, so go ahead and introduce him. We got 12th pick in the first round from the Blue Storm. The Blue Thunder. Oh, got that. You got Hector Hinojos out of East Lake High School, inside linebacker, 6'1", 198 pounds. Is that accurate?
Yes, sir.
Okay, because everybody could come in and be like, nah, I put on a couple more since then. All right, so, stellar year, shows 168 total tackles on the year, 72 solo, 5.5 sacks, and you even had a blocked field goal as well?
Yes, sir, I did.
Okay, hey, what do you attribute that stellar senior year to this year? I mean, has it been something like, in the making since Pee Wee football? What attributed to that performance
honestly,
this year?
yes, it has been a making since Pee Wee football. I've been playing since I was 4.
4 years old.
Yes,
Wow.
sir.
And what has been like your greatest moment in high school so far from all the years that you played out at East Lake? I mean, you guys have had good playoff runs. You've got a lot of great moments, but what would you pick as like that one awesome moment that you've had?
I think my favorite would be by district last year when we beat San Angelo Central.
San Angelo Central, hey, and that's a big thing too, because I mean, anytime we go out, we play any of those Permian Basin teams or anything like that, and we can stick it to them. That really shows that you can do. So, how do you feel knowing that you're actually going to be going against some of your teammates? I mean, you're gonna be on defense, having to probably stop some of your offensive guys that you've been playing with, for the past couple of years. How does that make you feel as a player?
Honestly, kind of fun. I want to hit the shit out of them.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to. Like, are some of these guys like, hey, no, that's my teammate, or is it business? You put the pads on and you're ready to play.
Yes, it's business on the field always.
Okay, good. Jerry, you want to ask a couple?
Talking about that business on the field, you got something to prove here. How's the recruiting process been going for you? I heard you got some offers out of here. So, what are the offers you got so far?
I have a New Mexico Highlanders, and then I have a Sanitary up in Indiana, and then I have the Sol Ross one still at feet, and then I just got my Oklahoma Panhandle one. Yes, sir.
So you got a few offers there. So you got your recruiting's not that slow right now. It's pretty good, great. I mean, you've shown it on the field. You've shown it with your stats. Now, looking in more in the classroom, what are you looking forward to majoring in?
Business. I want to open up my own gym soon.
Oh, there you go,
sir.
Local gym, or are you looking to get
A mix of both, because I just got a job being a personal trainer.
Oh, really? Yeah, obviously we do the same thing. You know, I'm just kidding. Look at back in the day, bro. Maybe back in the playing days. But so you haven't made a decision yet, right? Commitment-wise. So are you really looking forward to using the benefits of the combine and everything that this has to offer to try to get more offers, and or do you kind of have your mindset already?
I'll definitely use it, yes, sir.
Okay, that's good. So all that's left to do now for you is have a stellar game, stellar combine, and then, show up, ball out, get noticed, and hopefully by the end of this and it's all said and done, come January, you're rolling with even more offers and you can make that good decision. I mean, are you basing it solely on football, or what are you looking at?
Mostly football, yes, sir.
Any other sports you play too?
Yes, wrestling.
Oh, so you're in wrestling right now,
yes,
no?
Sir.
So how's that going for you right now?
It's going good. I started last week.
Great. And how are you looking to be this year? You looking to go to
Make it
state?
state running, sir. Again.
Okay, awesome. Well, you know what? Best of luck to you as far as your football career goes, and hopefully you get into that state wrestling match too.
Yes, sir. Thank
awesome,
you.
Man. Good luck. Great to have you.
All right. Thank you.
So once again, that was Hector Hinojos out of East Lake High School. Inside linebacker, 6'1", 198 pounds, selected 12th pick from the Blue Thunder. We're going to have Jerry Alvarez again take over. He's our official pick lister, and he's going to go ahead and talk while I go ahead and get our next guest. It's going to be Jaden Wilson will be our next guest for draft. But while we get him set up, you go ahead and
say my name again.
Rapid fire. Go.
Say my name again.
Jerry Alvarez.
There we go. So we got round 3 has officially started here at the Showcase Draft on this 30th edition. We have Emilio Wong out of Bel Air High School, tackle, 6'3", 300 pounds. A load right there for the Blue Thunder. Great selection right there here in round 3. Moving forward, for the second pick, we also have Sam Chacon out of Pebble Hills High School, running back, 5'10", 190 for the Red Storm. The Blue Thunder come back at number 3 with Juan Delgado, Canutillo High School defensive lineman, 5'10", 185. Number 4 pick in the 3rd round, Isaiah Perea out of East Lake High School, receiver, 6', 180. And the 5th pick for the Blue Thunder, Anthony Rivera out of Chapin High School, receiver, 5'11", 170. And we're starting to get all these big boys picked here, Brian, so it looks great. Now we're here with our next interviewee as we move forward here at the 30th Showcase.
You're good. You can pick it up like that too. You're fine. Don't worry about it, man. Okay, so yeah, we're here with the 13th pick in the first round from the Red Storm, Jaden Wilson, inside linebacker from Austin High School, 6'2", 220 pounds. So, we did our research, obviously. 137 tackles on the season, 2 interceptions, average 12.5 tackles a game. And not only that, but you got it done on both sides of the ball. 1,500 yards rushing, 14 touchdowns. Jerry and myself actually had the privilege of watching you play live. We were at the Battle of the Claw.
Yeah.
And you guys played El Paso High, and that was a big game. I mean, I know El Paso High had a bunch of players that were out of the game due to injuries, so maybe didn't have as much of the hype as people were hoping. But still a great game. You obviously went off. Tell us, how can you describe your 4 years of playing football so far? What have been some of the best memories for you?
I think the best memories would have to be just the grind. Really, day in and day out, I worked my butt off, and I just did all I could to perform at a high level on Friday Night Lights, and I think that has to be the best memory from these past 4 years, just the grind with my fellow teammates and everybody around me.
Great. So do you have a preference? I mean, I know you've been playing running back. I know you've been playing linebacker. Do you have a preference, or do you just like to ball out?
Whatever. If a coach needs me anywhere, I'll play that position, but I definitely do prefer linebacker. I like delivering the hits rather than getting hit,
Yeah. So, New Mexico Lobo commit, right?
Yes, sir.
And you did that prior to the season starting?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so tell me, how does that feel to make sure that you get that done before the year starts? Does it relieve some of the stress on you and stuff, so that you just let your game play, or how's that go?
Most definitely. I mean, I worked my butt off to be put in a position to be able to get free college and to be able to go get an education, because that's what comes first. And being able to secure that, and then just being able to go out there my senior year and just be able to ball out stress free, it was amazing. It was a gift, really.
Awesome. And just real quickly, so you were recruited to New Mexico State for linebacker?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. Hey, the opportunity to be playing close to home too, is that a benefit, or did that go into your thinking at all? Or were you kind of like, they took a chance on me, I'm going with them?
Most definitely. I mean, both the things you just said, they took a chance on me, and that's what I'm all about. I'm all about if you give me an opportunity, I'm gonna give you all I got. And most definitely help being home. I mean, close to home, because it's not too far where I don't get a good distance and get to be by myself, but it's close enough to where family can come down and watch me play every Saturday.
And you touched on it right now, which is great. You know, not a lot of people, like kids your age, that come into something like this and get an opportunity think like that. You said education comes first. So with that being said, what are you looking to major in? What's your plan education wise?
I'm definitely looking to go into the medical field. I'm not sure what specifically yet, but definitely something in the medical field.
Well, there you go. So you want to continue helping. So those people you deliver hits on, you want to be able to heal them too. I get you.
Well, everybody, that was Jaden Wilson, inside linebacker for the Red Storm. It was a pleasure talking with you. Good luck at the All-Star game. I mean, at this point, really, it's just all about having fun and letting your, play people on the field. And then good luck for everything in New Mexico, Hoping to look forward to watching you play on Saturdays, man.
Thank you guys for having me.
Yeah, thank you. So next up, we got Jerry Alvarez again. Once again, going ahead and give you our live draft coverage. He will. Yeah, that's Jerry. As we get our next guest up here, Jerry's going to go ahead and give you that coverage.
All right. So moving forward here again, they're going rapid fire here. So we're going to be done before you know it, folks. You have the 6th pick in the 3rd round going to the Red Storm. Angel Vasquez out of Isleta High School, tackle 6'3", 265. Another load right there. Number 7, you have Blue Thunder selecting Josh Ortega out of Bel Air High School, defensive lineman, 6'3", 295, going across the line of Angel Vasquez right there. So that'll be a great matchup to see at the showcase. Number 8, Red Storm, Ethan Salazar, Horizon High School guard, 5'11", 240. Number 9, Blue Storm gets Steven Perez, Bel Air High School tackle, 6'2", 275. And at number 10, Gilbert Gamboa out of Mountwood High School, running back, 5'9", 180. You've heard his name quite a bit here on the Prep1 podcast. So look forward to seeing those 5 athletes right there get after it at the showcase on December 17th. Next up here, we have our next interviewee.
All right, I am here live with Caleb Emery out of Eastlake High School, picked up by the Red Storm, defensive lineman, listed at 6'2", 238 pounds. Is that accurate? Okay, because, we're bringing up people out here and they're like, no, I'm about 15 pounds heavier now, and I'm 2 inches taller and all this stuff, so they're accurate on that. All right. So as far as the stats go, man, I mean, 91 tackles on the season, yet 2.5, 3 sacks, 3 caused fumbles, 18 quarterback hurries. What do you attribute to your game? How were you so successful on the D-line, and how were you so successful this year?
Honestly, the blitzes help me get open because they have Hector on my side, so they gotta choose who they gotta blitz and who they gotta double team.
Yeah, that obviously that makes things a little bit better when you have a guy like Hector playing off of you. But that's the key thing here now. Hector got drafted by Blue, so there's a chance now the previous guest, Jaden Wilson, may be that linebacker that's going to be playing up top right above you, blitzing. So how are you looking forward to that? Playing with different teammates now. You got a guy like Jaden Wilson, New Mexico commit. Are you looking forward to that? Is it a learning experience? What are you looking for?
I'm looking forward to that. We're building that chemistry to be successful with the Blue Thunder. So I'm ready for that.
And for you, is football something that you played your whole life since you were a kid, or is it something that you picked up later on and you just excelled at it?
Oh, yeah. I've been playing football since I was little. I always loved football and always will. It's just my passion. something that makes me happy.
Only sport, or you play other sports as well?
Oh, I do track too.
Oh, okay. So what events are you doing in track? You're going to do track this year?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What do you?
I did shot put last year. I qualified to regionals.
All right. So what's the goal this year? Get out of regionals, go state?
Yeah, I'm trying to go to state.
Awesome, man. Awesome. So you want to talk about the offers and commitment stuff?
Yeah. Yeah, so right here we got
Stephanie de Santiago.
Right, yes. So we have New Mexico Highlands, San Bernardino Valley College, Oklahoma Panhandle State. Any other offers that have come about that maybe came out recently?
As of right now, no.
No, those are the top three. So moving forward, what are your plans as far as, like your major? What do you want to major in once you go into college?
Congratulations,
I want to go to half of, like for my first 2 years, I want to do chemical engineering. And then for my other 2 years, I want to do business.
We're getting all these smart kids out here, man. That's awesome. And you get these business savvy kids too.
So I think that about concludes our interview. That's everybody here. We're here with Caleb Emery from East Lake High School, picked with the Red Storm, 15th pick of the draft, defensive lineman. Thank you very much, and good luck in your future, man. Okay, so once again, we're going to go ahead and bring up our next guest to interview for the All-Star Draft. And as we do that, Jerry Alvarez is going to go back to rapid fire as he goes ahead and lists the remaining draft picks.
Rapid fire, here I go. All right, so moving on in the round 3, it looks like we just finished round 3 picks here. We got number 11 for the Blue Thunder, Raymond Hernandez Jr. out of Anthony High School, running back, 5'9", 170. Mentioned his name. I've seen him play. He is a great running back. He is a load. He will run you over. Number 12, Isaac Guerrero for the Red Storm, Irvin High School, safety, 5'11", 170. John Banda goes at number 13 to the Blue Thunder, El Dorado High School, defensive end, 5'9", 175. Number 14, you have Evan Garcia out of El Dorado High School, safety, 5'8", 160. And at Blue Thunder gets 15th pick in the 3rd round, Hector de Palacio, Hanks High School tackle, 6'1", 250. And if I just heard correctly, our head man just got caught up to the stage there, Ryan. Jesse just went up there.
Did he really?
Yes, I just heard. I don't know. I thought you knew something about that, but
no, man. I'm unaware of all this. So,
I was about to say we're in trouble. All right.
So for our next interview, we're gonna go ahead and bring up the 21st pick in the 1st round, and that was by the Red Storm. Oh, sorry, Red Storm. Jacob Ledesma out of Pebble Hills High School. Listed as a tight end, 6'1", 205 pounds. Now, we've had a lot of guys come up here that kind of been a jack of all trades, and I think you fill that role just as much as any of these guys. Obviously, for the draft, you were drafted as a tight end, but in your career, I mean, you've thrown for 341 yards, you've thrown 2 touchdown passes, you've rushed for 1,068 yards, 15 touchdowns, you've caught 190 yards in passes. So obviously you're utilized all throughout the field. And I know growing up you were primarily a quarterback, or what was it for you?
Yeah, I mean, throughout my middle school years, I was a quarterback, and my freshman and sophomore year, I was also a quarterback. And recently, my junior year, I was more of a tight end / running back. And in this last year, I was primarily a running back.
Okay, so I mean, you're one of those that whatever the coach needs you, you're gonna play. So how was that for you, man? I mean, embracing that role as, I mean, they have it listed as athlete because you can kind of do it all. How do you like that? How do you like that role?
I mean, sometimes it can be a lot, but a lot of the times it's a fun thing because like you're always doing something no matter what, and a lot of the times it's one of the more important roles. So it's really fun, and it's really fun to prepare for it as well. Like, working with all the position coaches and knowing kind of what everyone does on the field. So I mean, yeah, it's been pretty fun.
Right, and and you're a name that has been coming up since. I mean, you were younger. I mean, people knew about you since you were in your youth playing days and the national titles and all that group. Because I know there's a lot of you guys that were on that team that are kind of sprinkled around the city playing. I mean, it seems like there's been like 5 quarterbacks off of that team now around the city and stuff like that. How was that experience growing up for you, and now being able to, 4, 5, 6 years later now and where you're at now? I mean,
yeah, I mean, it really prepared me, especially the last year, or at least the 2 year last years with youth and all that. It really prepared me, especially for competition outside of El Paso and outside of Texas. So when it came time to play these bigger teams in Odessa and around the country, it wasn't really a surprise anymore. I kind of knew what to expect.
Like you said too, man. Even in the playoffs, you guys had a good playoff run. You were right there. I mean, you guys. Who was the team that you guys played in the last round?
North Crawley.
North Crawley, yeah. I'm a team I'm familiar with too, because back in my high school days, that's a team that knocked us out of the playoffs. I played for Riverside High School, so
yeah.
I know how you feel in that regard. And but you had the stellar playoff. I mean, I saw a highlight of you. I think it was against Permian, right? In the playoffs. Describe that play, because that kind of sealed the deal, right? How was that? How did that go about?
Yeah, I mean, it was crazy. It was a crazy feeling. Like at the time, I didn't realize, but when I look back at the video, like the crowd was insane, and overall it was just crazy. Like during the play, like everything kind of just went silent, and like everything kind of just, I don't know. It felt unreal. It felt unreal to see, be able to experience it and have that as one of my memories now.
So would you say that would be like your favorite memory, or do you have like another favorite memory of your years playing?
Man, I mean, high school memory for sure, but like. I have a lot of good memories, like youth and middle school and all that. But as far as high school, like that was crazy. Like I've never seen a sack that packed before, and to see like our community out there and previous coaches and coaches from other high schools and especially athletes out there supporting it. It was really cool.
Awesome. And then we also know that you're a multi-sport athlete too. So you also play baseball. What position you play right now?
Right now, I'm looking to change position this year.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking to be more primarily first baseman. But over the years, I played third base, pitcher. Basically, what I do in football.
You're all around, just kind of wherever they need you. So, with that being said, obviously football is your go-to. But how have you kind of, in your mind, used baseball to help you with your football right there?
Man, I mean, it helps with my arm a lot, but I think just like practice, like baseball is a lot of practice, and I mean, it kind of helps me stay like dedicated and focused to where I used to play football and baseball at the same time, but now in high school they have their own seasons, so I mean, like it's really just prepared me for what's to come for college and for the future.
Perfect.
Okay, man, and just the last question is going to be, you do have an offer, right, from Oklahoma Panhandle, or is that?
From Oklahoma Prep.
Oh, Prep. Sorry, Oklahoma Prep. Okay, so you have that offer. Are you looking to go football for college, or are you looking to play baseball, or are sports not even the end game for you? You're looking to be academic. What's the plan?
I mean, I would love to do sports.
Okay.
And all, but like as far as football and baseball, the coaches that I've been talking to, they've always brought it up. Like you can play both here, or I mean, I would love to play both.
Okay.
I would love to keep playing both, but like I've been telling coaches, like I'm just looking for an opportunity,
Great.
And,
Well, the benefit about this too, you got the combine. So you show up, you ball out, you might get noticed and pick up some offers in the combine. So
hopefully.
So best of luck to you, man. Good luck in the All-Star game and good luck in everything you do in the future. It's a pleasure talking with you.
All right, thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. So once again, that was Jacob Ledesma out of Pebble Hills High School, tight end, drafted 21st pick in the first round. We're going to be bringing up our next interviewee shortly, but next up we've got Jerry Alvarez back on the mic. He'll be going with your live, or should I say live, but rapid fire draft coverage.
I got 1 year over here, and I got 1 year right here on the interview.
Jerry, go.
All right. So, like I said, they're going rapid fire here. So right now we are currently in the 4th round of this draft here for the 30th showcase. It's a big year, 30 years of doing this. This is awesome. Moving forward in round 3, like I said, they're currently on round 4, so we're going to try and catch up here with all these interviews. In round 3, Red Storm selects at number 16, Roman Gomez out of Jefferson High School, receiver, 5'9", 165. Blue Thunder selects Elias Duncan at number 17 out of Andrews High School. Got him down as a punter, 6 foot 195. But we also know this kid's an all-around athlete. He plays quarterback. Here, this is how they got him in as a punter. Look forward to seeing him all over that field, not only just kicking the ball. Number 18, you had Joshua Jacob Villanueva for the Red Storm out of Bowie High School, guard, 5'7", 255. At number 19, the Blue Thunder selects Lorenze Johnson out of El Paso High School, running back, 6 foot 190. Number 20 pick, Red Storm, Irving Cortinas out of Austin High School, defensive end, outside linebacker, 6 foot 185. Number 21, Blue Thunder, Dylan Navarro out of Jefferson High School, safety, 6'2", 175. Red Storm gets the 22nd pick in the 3rd round. Jose Angel Rosales, Montwood High School, defensive lineman, 6'1", 225. Number 23 goes to the Blue Thunder. Evan Barrios, Clint High School, defensive lineman, 6'3", 260. 24, Andres Ortiz, Coronado High School, goes to the Red Storm, defensive end, 6 foot 195. And rounding off your round 3 of today's draft, number 20, the 25th pick, Blue Thunder select Jose Morales out of Isleta High School, defensive end, 5'7", 225. So big drafts out of there, big names that you've heard all year long. Like I did mention, some of these players may have something else listed on there, but hey, they deserve to be in this showcase. So like the Elias Duncan there, he got picked. They have him down as a punter, but don't be surprised if you see him out there as a receiver, as a quarterback, as anything. Because he is an all-around athlete, just like the rest of these players. And Ryan, go ahead, take it away.
All right, taking over. We have the first pick out of the 2nd round, running back for the Red Storm, Jose Guardado from Riverside High School. Running back, listed at 5'11", 170 pounds. This kid really did it all. 1,169 rushing yards this year, 13 touchdowns, 413 receiving yards, 6 touchdowns, and also got it done on the other side of the ball on defense, 52 tackles, 3 sacks. Finished off as the 148 Offensive Player of the Year. Tell us a little bit about what that means to you and how your high school football career really played out for you.
I mean, it means a lot, to be honest. It's my 2nd year getting Offensive Player. Like, it feels good.
Now, I remember football wasn't always your main sport, huh?
No.
I mean, I know my brother used to coach you too back in middle school and stuff, and you were a soccer player, right?
Yes,
and
sir.
Kind of, how did that go, converting from soccer to now? I know you play basketball, you play football, so how did that transition go for you?
I didn't even know I was going to play football. I was a soccer player back in middle school.
This will be the two-night stay.
I tried it. I remember I was playing goal line. I was tall.
Two-night stay.
And I got moved to tight end and then running back, so I just stick to it. And I loved it, to be honest. I love the sport, so I just translated it. I was like, oh, I'm going to be a football player, and I stopped playing soccer.
So you've had the luxury of being able to play with a stellar group of kids, in that Riverside offense. You had Adrian, you had Speedy, and it used to kind of be like, you and Speedy were the two, the 1-2 punch, but now you two are on separate teams. So how is that going to be going into it, knowing that, you guys were the ones that were always together, and now it's going to be going against each other? Is that something you're looking forward to, or is that just you're looking forward to competing? What are you looking forward to most out of this?
Okay, this is back for the energetic facelift.
I'm not going on defense.
Once again, we're going to do one more quick call.
Yeah.
546.
I wish you the best. Like,
Are you trying to outperform him? Are you trying to put up the best?
I'm very.
That's good. That's good. I like that. You're humble about it. And then as far as college, are you looking to play college ball? Are you looking to play college anything? Are you looking to just go for academics? What's the plan?
Yes, sir. I want to play college football.
Okay, great. Well, no better chance to really, use it to your advantage in the combine here. You show out, you ball out, you get noticed. There's going to be tons of coaches, and it really comes down to you doing the best in all of those drills and marketing yourself. I wish you the very best at everything, and I hope you compete well at the All-Star game, man. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
So here, re-announce.
So next up, we still have Jerry Alvarez rounding it up. Yeah, we're good. We got maybe one or two more guests that we're going to interview for you real quick, and then we're going to go ahead and Jerry's going to kind of round up the remaining of the draft since we're pretty much caught up with it. Go about 5 more.
Yeah, we're pretty much going down the list here. Like I said, they're doing rapid fire here. So right now, starting off round 4 of this 30th showcase draft, we have number 1, Jonathan Childers out of Irvin High School, safety, 5'11", 170, going to the Red Storm. Number 2 pick, Gabriel Salcedo, going to the Blue Thunder, Cathedral High School, my alma mater, go Irish, safety, 6 foot, 170. Number 3, we have David Avalos going to Red Storm from Isleta High School, cornerbacks, 5'9", 165. Excuse me here. At number 4, we have Ben Bowman out of Franklin High School, tight end, 6'2", 205, going to the Blue Thunder. And number 5, Red Storm, Alex Rubio out of Hanks High School, tackle, 6'4", 260. Another load out there on that offensive line. So it's going to be real fun to watch here. And Ryan?
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and take over real quickly. So we have maybe 1 or 2 more guests, depending if we can find everybody out here. But right now, we have the 20th pick in the 2nd round. And this is Julian Melucci out of Eastlake High School, kicker. 5'6", 155 pounds. Stellar career, right? 4-year starter?
Yes, sir.
Okay, 4-year starter. This year you were 28 for 28 on the year. Extra points and field goals. Long of 52 yards, and you even had 52 points on the year just for yourself.
Yes, sir.
What can you say attributed to that year being so efficient, man, and being perfect, 28 for 28 on this year? What attributed to that? Is it all you? Is it I know a lot of times they always say, kicker and the holder and the center are like this group. So like, is that how it is for you, or how did it go?
Oh yeah, no, I was just blessed to be with a great group, like a good holder, a good snapper, a good coach, all of it. I mean, I was blessed with that. Blessed to have a coach to help and trust me and all that. Just like all my special teams group.
Okay.
Okay. So right now, looks like they're calling you up there. You're going to take a team photo. So go ahead, go take that team photo, and then we'll get you back and finish up this interview.
Okay.
So of course, folks, this is live, like we said. This is about the kids first, and we're great. And we'll go ahead and finish up with him right now when he gets back. They are currently going to take their team photo here at the draft. So right now we are almost done.
Draft is finishing up.
Yes.
Where did you leave off, Jerry? You're in the 4th round?
Yes, I was in the 4th round here. So let's go ahead and finish off here. Right here. Okay, sorry. So we have right here. So numbers, it looks like all of them, we're completely done with the draft picks now. So the teams have been set. So rounding off the rest of the teams at number 6 in the final and 4th round was Jerry Travis out of El Paso High School, quarterback, 5'11", 185. Number 7 goes to, that was to the Blue Thunder. Red Storm, number 7th pick, Alexis Payares out of Clint High School, running back, 5'10", 190. Number 8 goes to the Blue Thunder, Cesar Chavez, Socorro High School, receiver, 5'9", 165. At number 9, you have Red Storm getting Jose Guerra out of Jefferson High School, the punter, 6'2", 165. At number 10, Blue Thunder select Roger Martinez, Clint High School guard, 5'11", 210. Number 11, Red Storm gets Diego Sabayos, Montwood High School kicker, 5'9", 145. 12th pick goes to the Blue Thunder, Nicolas Salazar, El Paso High School center, 5'8", 215. 13th pick goes to Red Storm, Damian Segura, Burgess High School defensive lineman, 5'11", 260. 14th pick, Blue Thunder, Jake Chanowski out of Eastwood High School, inside linebacker, 5'10", 185. The 15th pick goes to the Red Storm, Junior Nieto, J.R. Nieto, San Elizario High School defensive lineman, 5'11", 225. Number 16, Blue Thunder select Elliot Valera, Franklin High School, inside linebacker, 5'11", 180. 17th pick goes to Adrian Enriquez de la O, goes to the Red Storm. Bowie High School defensive end, 5'5", 245, little man out there on the defensive line, making things happen. And rounding off this 30th showcase draft, you have Isaac Gabriel Urrutia out of Fabens High School, safety, 5'8", 135. Those are all your showcase athletes that will be out there on December 17th, correct? Yes, 17th, out there at the SAC, going to show up, ball out, and get noticed. They're going to be out there at the Combine as well. I guess we could say right now.
You know what, man? Hey, that just goes to show a lot, man. You have over 90 high school athletes being picked. It was really a great opportunity for all these kids. We had some great interviews, but it's been wonderful, man. It's really been a chance. And you know what I really like the most is the fact that we got to not only see athletes, but we got to see student athletes, where you see a lot of these kids that we interviewed mentioned academic things. And, you know, growing up, you've always been told you're students before you're athletes. And I love that all these kids that came up had some sort of academic goal or something in mind. It wasn't strictly their sport. So that really goes to show you that this isn't just breeding. It's not all about the sports. It's involving everything. You know, we talked to a lot of good athletes. Remember, just the ones that we interviewed, those are not the only athletes out here. You got more than 90 kids that, you know, are going to show out, ball out, get noticed at the Combine. You're going to have quarterbacks competing. And remember, quarterbacks competing in the quarterback competition are not just the ones drafted. It is open to every quarterback in the city. So this is a good chance for some of those younger quarterbacks to go ahead and try to make a name for themselves, stand out, and be on the radars, because college coaches will be there too. Aside from that, we will try to bring Julian Milucci up here for that final interview. They're taking pictures, and there's a lot of chaos going on around here. If we're not able to, you know, we'll go ahead and we'll probably start to wrap up the show. We'll give him a couple minutes to see if he's able to work his way back here. But, Jerry, like, any final thoughts from the event, man? What do you think? How did you think it all played out?
I mean, it's been great. It's been great to be here. It's been great to do this all year long for football. I look forward to doing it for basketball, baseball, track and field, everything moving forward. Just to touch on here right now, I mean, like we said, it's just been chaotic out here. It is a big thing right now. We got all the cheerleaders taking their pictures in front of us. The teams are on the stage taking their team photos. We've been doing interviews all day. It feels like a genuine professional, like, draft out here. Just big thing. They go all out. It is not just about the football players. It is about everyone involved, the dancers, the cheerleaders, the band. And then, like we said, at the Combine, it is open up to all seniors, all high school seniors. You may not have gotten on here, but hey, that doesn't mean nothing, all right? That means that you go on and you go and SPG out at that Combine. The same thing at the quarterback Combine, all quarterbacks around. Obviously, you're not going to be able to have 30-plus quarterbacks on the team when it comes out to the showcase for the All-Star game. You're going to have only 2 or 3 selected. So all you that did not get selected and you feel snubbed, prove yourself. Come out to the Combine. Show those college coaches what you've got, and you will get noticed. We've been big proponents about it. And Ryan, you touched on it earlier. What I really love about these kids, they got good mindset moving forward, because back in the day it was student athlete, be a student. But that never really settled into a lot of the guys, like I know that I played with, a lot of guys that you played with. To them, it was football or nothing, sport or nothing, whatever sport they were playing or nothing. And they didn't really have that quote-unquote backup plan. And it looks like all these kids that we've interviewed today, these are pretty much your star athletes out of El Paso. You're getting D1 commits. You got guys who are getting these offers, and they're going to big schools like Texas Tech, Army, New Mexico, Colorado, going to big programs, big football programs. But they're still on the mindset of, hey, I want to make money. I know this is not guaranteed, so
I mean, yeah,
that's what's great. They got their majors already set and everything.
Guys with their majors set. You guys got guys that already said they want to be personal trainers and everything like that. So they've got a plan. I mean,
and then what's great, even though it's a big topic in the college football world and college sports world, you get these NIL deals. These NIL deals are going to be great for these kids who are smart about it, they're going to be able to use that to their advantage, not only in sports, but moving forward in whatever career they choose outside of sports. So that's what's great to hear from these kids. It really surprised me.
So now that the picks are all in, man, and we kind of know who the teams are, we got a kind of an idea of what the rosters are. What do you think? Who do you think's gonna win this one? What are your opinions on it? I've got my opinions already. I can tell you right now.
Oh,
I wish I could pull out the
like Lee Corso.
Yeah, we're gonna
start fighting with the mascot and everything.
Yeah, there's mascots here. Bring them down here.
You know what? So
Look to your left.
if history repeats itself, all right. If history repeats itself, it has always seemed to be the Blue Thunder comes out on top.
But these are close games.
These are close games. These aren't like
it's not back in the East-West days where you have like a blowout.
Yeah, I remember my senior year. I went to go support some of my friends that were in the showcase, and they just got annihilated. It was horrible. But that year, the East Side schools were just dominant that year round. It was just crazy. But now with this new format, you have close games. And what I really love, we touched on it earlier, Tyrone McDuffie is going to go up against his own teammate across that line. So that's going to be very, very fun to watch there. So you're going to have guys who not only played with each other, but they know each other.
Yeah, and it's the opposite too. Like you got D linemen that are talking about how you got different linebackers playing above them. So chemistry's got a lot to play in it, but then the talent on the field, they're going to be playing with so much talent on both sides.
And what's great is one thing to touch on. I touched on attitude earlier. You want to have that game-winning, I am the champ attitude. A lot of these kids are team players, so that's going to play a big factor. To answer your question, I know I kind of went off a little bit there. I believe my prediction is going to be
Those of you that need to finish the interview,
Blue Thunder.
please call and finish.
I say Blue Thunder, 30-27. That's my no, I'm joking. It's gonna be Blue Thunder. I say.
Give me a score because I got a score prediction too.
Okay, so Blue Thunder. This is a showcase. It's not gonna be 30-27. That's a little, reference there. If y'all got that. Anyways, so
that's what it's gonna be.
That's what it's gonna be. No, I'm saying Blue Thunder. Take it, showcase. I mean, we got a lot of athletes out there. I mean, you got the likes of Angel Munoz, Guardado. You got the line Tyrone McDuffie. You got DJ Crest out there. They're all going to be putting up big numbers. I'm gonna say 48-45.
Okay,
Blue
good.
Thunder.
And it's good because for one, you're wrong. Wow. And obviously, going through this,
no more Jerry Alvarez with the picks.
I've done the analytics on my computer right here. I'm just kidding. I'm just going through the list, and I'm gonna roll with Red Storm. I think Red Storm's going to take this. The offensive firepower is amazing. You got a quarterback like Jesse Ramos that's going to be getting a chance to throw to Marion Crest, DJ Crest, Jalil Boast. You got shifty running backs. You got a great line. You've got great players. I say final score 48-42.
So you have to Price is Right me. Is that what you're saying? You have to Price is Right me? All right. I see how it is. I see how it is. But my score was based off of 45-48. Why?
Because you don't know football as well as I do.
No, because I do know football. And what happened yesterday in the majority of those games, and what happened to NC State, North Carolina.
Okay, wait. That really segues us like good here.
To NC State, North Carolina, bud?
I don't know. Somebody
missed the field goal, but you know who's not going to be missing any field goals?
You know who doesn't miss field goals? We got Julian Melucci back here who has not missed a field goal this year. I know we had to leave. He had to take off. He had to go take a picture right with the team. But tell us, man, how does it feel that to be drafted into the All-Star game? I mean, it's a lot different because, there's several running backs, there's several receivers, quarterbacks, but, there's only one kicker on each. So, and you're competing against every kicker in the city. So how does that feel for you?
I just feel blessed. I feel grateful just to have like a good team, like I said before, like a good team, a good holder, good snapper, just to put me in the right position to make the field goal.
And Did you play football growing up, or like what was it that made you be like, yeah, you know what, I want to be a kicker? And
yeah, no, it was a funny story. My dad, I wouldn't say forced, but he pushed towards it a lot because I was like freshman year. I was like, man, I really don't want to play football. I want to play soccer. Like my whole high school career, I didn't even want to play football. He was like, no, you're gonna play. Like you're gonna play. I think it's gonna be good for you, and he was right.
Well, I mean, it worked out well for you. How did you end up becoming the starter as a freshman? I mean, it's hard as it is for athletes, period, to get starters as a freshman or even get minutes, and then you become a starter as a freshman and you just have a great, stellar career. How did that go down?
It was cool. The kicker who was there before me had left the school early to go play soccer overseas.
Okay,
So-
he's the one. Yeah, I remember that. He got signed on a pro contract, right?
Yeah, like a pro contract for some soccer team. So Coach Rod came up to me and my dad. He was like, "Hey, we need a kicker," and he was like, "Okay, here you go, my son." And I was like,
Okay, there you go. Hey, and you know, I know Ruben real well because I played under Ruben at Riverside High School, and he was still over there. So, great coach, great personality, but funny dude. So, what are you looking forward to now? Like, you know, kicking wasn't even like it was thrown on you, like you said. So, have you embraced it? Is this what you want to do now? Are you looking like are you looking to make a college career out of this too?
Yeah, no, most definitely. Like, I know there's like not a bunch of kickers in El Paso or even sometimes in Texas. You don't hear like a bunch of kickers, and I'm just thankful to have like a good career, and I really like embrace being the kicker.
What about camps? Have you gone to any big camps? Because I know kickers are concerned. There's big ones. There's like the Coles kicking camp. There's like all kinds of big ones. Have you started to do any of these, or have you been to some? How have those been for you?
Those have been good. Just see what my talents are compared to like other best kickers in the United States. I think it's cool. I mean, I've been in the top 5 sometimes, and it's really cool.
Top 5. Okay, great. You want to talk to him a little bit about his recruiting and things?
So that's what I was gonna ask. You know, how has the recruiting process been going for you?
The recruiting process has been alright. I mean, I got my first offer to New Mexico Highlands a couple of weeks ago.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm. And you know, it's just been kind of touch and go right there.
Okay, so with that being said, you know, moving forward, I mean, we touched on it earlier. A lot of guys had different plans. What are your plans, you know, outside of football? Like, what do you plan on majoring in?
I want to be a physical therapist when I grow up. So hopefully, like, you know, cause I know UTEP's getting kickers graduating next year. Hopefully, if I can go there and enroll in their PT program, that'd be great.
Perfect. And so, outside, you know, we love these multi-sport athletes. You said you played soccer and stuff, so you currently,
Well, so I got to talk to him a little bit before that.
Okay.
He did play soccer, but he stopped playing. You said your junior year, right? Or sophomore year. Sophomore year.
Okay.
So believe it or not, and actually, I'm gonna let you guess. What is his other sport? Because I would have never guessed it.
Now that you said it like that, I was gonna say baseball, but I'm gonna say swimming.
No, sir.
I'm off.
So go. No. What is your other sport?
I play golf too.
Golf, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Hey, that.
Yeah. Competitively, are you? Is it? Or are you?
I mean, I did it like for fun. I mean, I started getting like a little good at it this year. I mean, last year I shot like an 85 in like one of the tournaments, something like that.
So what you're saying is you are better than me at golf. I love to golf too, man, as often as I can, but I don't shoot no 85. So
I'll drive the cart, but that's about it.
And you like that too? Do you want to? Is that something you want to do in college too, or just more as a?
This is just like an extracurricular activity. You know, keep me busy, not like being at home on my phone. I get to go out and play golf.
Cool. And you know, now for you got the combine coming up. Every year, you know, there's always, and I know because I've been to all these combines, there's always maybe like 1 or 2. There's not a lot of kickers at the combine. So, I mean, you got to think about it. You're only competing against senior kickers and the ones that actually want to play. I mean, if you show up and, I mean, you were kicking 52-yard field goal, what is your long, like, I mean, outside of game? Because I'm sure you've...
Well, it was funny. My longest was a pre-game against Eastwood last year. I kicked a 57-yarder.
57-yard field goal. Wind or anything, or was it just... Slight wind? I mean, that's great. Trust me, because there's a... We could go off and name colleges that, I mean, you even said UTEP this weekend. I think he attempted a 51-yard field goal that was short. I mean, it was right down the middle, but just didn't make it, you know. So if you can be hitting 57-yard field goals, that could be you making those field goals,
hopefully,
you know, come Saturdays. But, you know, use this combine to your advantage when they do the kicking segment. You know, do your best, show up for all these coaches, because for all you know, you impressed them so much, you might be rolling in offers after that day.
Hopefully.
So I mean, obviously, you know you're going to get opportunities. You're going to get extra points. You're going to get field goals. So you get nervous for those moments, or you embrace them? You get excited for them?
I get excited. I always get a little giddy before like every game. Always excited. I don't really have like nerves towards it. I mean, once you do it for so long, it just kind of comes like second nature. So I go out there, take a couple of breaths, and go kick a field goal.
Cool. And last question on the Jerry.
No, I was just gonna say. I mean, I've always said kickers have always been the ringers of the team. I mean, you saw it this weekend, and so moving forward, kicking, you get the 50. Hopefully, you get more offers. I just want to say, I don't really have a question. I'm just saying, good luck. You get more offers out there. Hopefully this gets you noticed. And I mean, just, we've already said I've already said Blue Thunder's going to win this one off of a field goal. So you're my ringer here.
Yes, sir.
So you gotta, he owes me money if you don't. Nah, just kidding. So once again, this was the 20th pick in the second round for the Blue Thunder. Julian Melucci out of Eastlake High School, kicker, stellar career, and he's going to have one last chance at the All-Star game and in the Combine to show his stuff. So it's a pleasure talking with you, Julian.
Thank
You have a good one. Have a great game and a great Combine.
Thank you.
Well, Jerry, that about concludes all the interviews and everything that we've had to go. I mean, it's been it's been a blast. It's voice is going away. We don't have a whole lot to say because draft's been over. We had our final drop, but you know what? I just want to go ahead and give a shout out to all these players picked. I hope every single one of them has a great game, has a great combine, and to all the seniors that show up at the combine, because remember, it's open to all seniors. You guys go out, you show out, you ball out, you get noticed, and at the end of the day, we're announcing half of these guys getting collegiate offers, because at the end of the day, free school is free school.
Oh, yeah. And that's one thing we've always said. And then, touched on it. I mean, we repeated ourselves quite a bit. We just touched on it with our last interviewee. We're going to need to see all these kids really ball out some more. Not need, get to. That's the word I'm looking for. We get to. Because the majority of these athletes are multi-sport athletes. So, I mean, we had a few wrestlers that came up here.
Wrestlers, basketball, track, baseball, golf.
Just basketball, baseball, everything, golf right there. I mean, so it's going to be fun moving forward, not only already knowing these kids we may be seeing on Saturday on TV, we're also going to see these kids, in other sports somewhere around here. That's going to be great, to see these kids in track and field doing their thing at state. Who was, I believe, Malcolm Anderson, says, he's going to look forward to going to state once again. So moving forward, I mean, all these kids have that state championship mentality already. And we touched on it earlier. That's something that Ganotillo has set, Eastwood has set. So I'm looking forward to not only this showcase, but I'm looking forward to next football season already. Because we have a lot of returning stars.
Oh, yeah, a lot of young up-and-comers coming up. And, as far as the Prep1 podcast goes, we're going to be recording, as often as we can. Obviously, we're not available every time. Our next show, we're going to try to do live again. This one hopefully may be out from the SAC at the Combine. So, we'll see how everything works out logistic-wise and, how cold it is because I don't like the cold and likely we're going to be, unless somehow they give us like press box access or something.
Oh, yeah. But we'll try to, really get creative out there. And that way, I mean, today, unfortunately, you weren't able to see the stage or really see the players. Hopefully at the Combine we'll work something out. But I will actually show you what a lot of these athletes have in their talent repertoire.
Yeah, we may be able to use two computers and have one showing the field and stuff like that. But we'll work on that. But we did get you guys all the coverage, all the picks. You guys got all the picks. You guys got to speak and hear from some of the players and stuff. So we appreciate you guys for tuning in with us. Just seeing if we have, there are a couple of draft stuff, but again, I think we went through all the picks. Do you want to go a quick rundown of all the picks real quick, just by name?
Real quick, so I'll say them per team right here. All right, so I'll differentiate them from team, that way you all know. So for the Red Storm, going down the list, You got DJ Crest out of Parkland, Jesse Ramos out of Del Valle, Isaac Galvan, Montwood High School, Jaleel Boast out of Pebble Hills High School, Bobby Deal, Pebble Hills High School, Tyrone McDuffie, Parkland High School, Jaden Wilson, Austin High School, Caleb Emery, East Lake High School, Joshua Cobb, Del Valle High School, Adrian Estrada, Riverside High School, Jacob Ledesma, Pebble Hills High School, Cade Little, Coronado High School, Jose Guardado, Riverside High School, Robert Legarda, Eastwood High School, Orion Cairo, Eastwood High School, Dominic Calderon, Del Valle High School, Mark Villegas, Del Valle High School, Sebastian Ortiz, Riverside High School, Andrew Narro, Pebble Hills High School, Deshaun Ferguson, Parkland High School, Tristan Pena, East Lake High School, William Lamb, Austin High School, Max Matchek, Coronado High School, Michael Kiesel, Parkland High School, Yahir Ramirez, Franklin High School, excuse me, Sam Chacon, Pebble Hills High School, Isai Perea, East Lake High School, Angel Vasquez, East Isleta High School, Ethan Salazar, Horizon High School, Gilbert Gamboa, Mountain View High School, Isaac Guerrero, Irvin High School, Evan Garcia, El Dorado High School, Roman Gomez, Jefferson High School, Joshua Jacob Villanueva, Bowie High School, Irvin Cortinas, Austin High School, Jose Angel Rosales, Montwood High School, Andres Ortiz, Coronado High School, Jonathan Chaires, Irvin High School, David Avalos, Isleta High School. Sorry about that.
Gotta get the next page.
Yeah. Alex Rubio, Hanks High School, Alexis Payares, Clint High School, Jose Guerra, Jefferson High School, Diego Sabayos, Montwood High School, Damian Segura, Burgess High School, J.R. Nieto, San Elizario High School, and Adrian Enriquez de la O, Bowie High School. And that is your Red Storm for the 2022 30th All-Star Showcase, El Paso Showcase.
All right, I will go ahead and take over and do the Blue Thunder. So for your Blue Thunder, you're going to have, and I'm just going to go in order of the way they're picked. You have Bo Sparks out of Franklin High School, Quincy Estrada from El Dorado High School, Curtis Murillo, Eastwood High School, Angel Speedy Munoz, Riverside High School, Malcolm Anderson, Andress High School, Hector Hinojos, Eastlake High School, Isaiah Beasley, Parkland, Esteban Guzman, Americas, Julian Venegas, Pebble Hills, Rafael Castañeda, Americas, Michael Caldera, Eastwood, Cole Pellerito, Pebble Hills, Desmond Gonzalez, El Dorado, Maki Shannon, Parkland, Joshua Israel, Chapin, Jesus Chuy Carrillo, Canotillo, Fernando Diaz, Eastlake, Carius Lewis, Parkland, Gregory Nelson out of Pebble Hills, Vincent Arzcarate from El Dorado, Raymond Riddick from Del Valle, Julian Melucci out of Eastlake, Jorge Gomez out of Canotillo, Giovanni Aguilar out of Chapin, Emilio Wong out of Bel Air, Juan Delgado out of Canotillo High School, Anthony Rivera out of Chapin High School, Josh Ortega out of Bel Air High School, Steven Perez out of Bel Air High School, Raymond Hernandez Jr. out of Anthony High School, John Banda out of El Dorado, Hector Del Palacio of Hanks High School, Elias Duncan out of Andress High School, Lorenzi Johnson out of El Paso High School, Dylan Navarro out of Jefferson, Evan Barrios out of Clint, Jose Morales out of Isleta, Gabriel Salcedo out of Cathedral, Ben Bowman out of Franklin, Jerry Chaitis out of El Paso, Cesar Sanchez out of Socorro, Roger Martinez out of Clint High School, Nicholas Salazar out of El Paso, Jake Chinaski out of Eastwood, Elliot Varela out of Franklin, and Isaac Gabriel Urrutia out of Fabens High School. And that is your Blue Thunder. And we're actually doing that on a special request because I know there's some people that missed the picks in our YouTube feed.
Gotcha.
So I wanted to go ahead and make sure that we address that, and we'll go ahead and let people know at what minute mark we went ahead and laid out the entire All-Star roster for you guys. So we'll do our final closing remarks, and then we'll go ahead and play the outro, and you can put the mark. But it was a great all-star draft. We got to interview some great players, and looking forward to the game, the combine, the mentor program, everything that goes along with it. Big shout out to everybody that made this entire thing what it was. And just to give you guys a note, I am one of the Prep1 podcast hosts, Ryan Vidales, and Jerry, closing remarks.
And I am Jerry Alvarez, as I was so eloquently put throughout this podcast. I had a lot of fun. This was my first time being out here at the draft, at the showcase. I'm looking forward to doing the rest of the coverage that we can do, the continue following us, supporting us on the Prep1 podcast. This is what it's all about. It's these kids right here getting their names out there, especially the ones who have not gotten noticed. I mean, you not everyone is going to get that D1 offer right away, and then all of a sudden the floodgates open for you. Some of them got it, that just need that little extra more, and that's what the showcase is all about. It's about the combine. It's about the game, and at the end of the day, it's about these kids. So that, and I'm so happy to be a part of this. I'm so happy to be a part of this Prep1 crew, this Prep1 podcast. Thank you for bringing me on. This has been so much fun. I'm looking forward to moving forward into the rest of the sports, but football is still not yet done. We'll see you all out there December 17th at the SAC. The day before December 16th is the combine at the SAC as well. Look for us out there. We will be reporting live from there, getting you all the coverage that we can on these kids. See if anyone comes up with any new offers between now and then. We will get that out to you. Once again, this has been great to be out here. People are already trickling out. So thank you all for supporting us. This has been the showcase.
Yeah, thank you guys. It was a pleasure. And tune in next time to our next coverage of the Prep1 podcast. Thank you.